1 second, Mr. Ed. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Two Nobodies with a Mic, episode 14. And let's do our introductions real quick. To my right, I have my guru, Rafa the man. Thank you for coming down.
What's up?
And then I have a special guest, my son-in-law,
MB.
Mbizzle.
Hello.
MB.
Thank God you didn't make fun of him last time. Last time
Yeah,
he
you
was
do.
here, hi, I'm Michael.
I am not gonna. I am not gonna do that to him. He'll never come back on. But Michael Brisnicks and the Hisnicks, thank you for being here, Michael Brown, and thank you for bringing the Gucci here.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes.
Appreciate the invite.
Yes. Also, there's a Hellcat.
For sure. It's a Hellcat and he's Downey.
And then our producer, Eddie Money's in the house. How you doing, Eddie? Say hello to the people.
Doing good.
Yee. We have Big John in the house tonight.
Brought us some hoodies, by the way.
Hooked us up, okay?
I opened that one. You can show
Yes,
that one.
let's show about that action. So it's a real nice marriage, you know. Gambling about that action. We about that action.
Yes, sir.
Hooked us up with a couple
Hooked
hoodies.
us up with some. Like, if I could, you know, listen, we're some big guys.
With small hands.
Yes, about that action, and go hit him up. Official about that action, right? Awesome freaking gear. He sponsors a bunch of athletes. Thank you, Big John, for being here, and thank you for hooking us up, man. Really appreciate that. Love. Another thing I want to talk about really quick is that we just had an amazing road trip.
Yeah.
We just went to...
It was short, though, but...
It was short, but man, action-packed. We just got back from Julio's Pizzeria in Artesia, and we met the owners, Mary and Ziggy.
Yep.
And they were amazing. They actually fed us. So
Took care of us.
And then we brought a bunch of pizza back for the people.
Yes, sir.
And if you haven't been there yet, we posted something about them. Best pizza in Southern California, Pioneer Boulevard, Artesia. We will have a special show there. They have a huge banquet room. So I just told Rafa, I'm like, how about, this is a good lead-in, how about if we do our March Madness 5K giveaway? Because they have a big room. It could hold like 200-300 people.
Yep.
Right? And we should do that there. And
hopefully they have the days.
yes, we got to look that up. But
The sponsors are coming from everywhere,
the
brother.
sponsors are just
The
coming
sponsors are
in.
flowing.
You guys have to do your part. Our 5K March Madness giveaway. We still are short on numbers. You guys are not screaming at the top of Mount Washington like I told you to. And for all of you, Mount Washington's a famous in Northeast LA. Like
Yeah.
if you live
famous
if you
peak.
lived in Glassell Park, Cypress Park, Eagle Rock, or Highland Park, Mount Washington was where the rich folk. The rich folk stayed.
All right.
So Northeast, shout out to Northeast LA, and let's get that happening, people. We are short. We need a 1,000 YouTube subscribers and 10,000 Instagram followers.
We got to get there.
$5,000 and 5 winners, $1K each, and we would love to do that live at Julio's. Incredible. Imagine, like, people would be losing their effing minds, Rafa, giving $5,000 away. Like, I could see it like Price is Right. And come on down, Michael Briss. Like, just losing his shit, right?
With a little tag says Michael.
Yes. Where are you from?
Santa Clarita!
Santa Clarita! Originally from born and raised in Castaic. Oh,
That's his brother.
I just made fun
That's
of him. Born and raised in Castaic. Yes, right next to the Pitches Detention Center. Yes. So.
Oh, man. He
So-
couldn't go 2 minutes without making
I
fun of
couldn't
you.
go 2
That's
minutes.
okay.
Well,
Unbelievable.
you know what it is? It's the Bronco hat.
Oh, he's riding it, too.
Did I buy you that hat?
Jacob bought it for me.
Very nice hat. He's
yeah.
riding them Broncos.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll get
So-
to it. We'll
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Oh,
We got
we're
some shit.
going to get into that. But thank you to Ziggy and Mary, the owners of Julio's Pizza. Incredible. It's not the same. You have to eat it there. It's a super thin crust. It's crunchy. It's unbelievable. We had the masala wings. It was amazing. A great experience. And thank you to you guys. We will continue to patronize your business.
Yes, sir.
So now let's get into some housekeeping, right? I always like to say that we are the gambling show of record. We don't run from the gambling. We run to the gambling. But we always like to say, do not be a loser.
Don't be a loser.
And that doesn't mean lose bets. That means just gamble what you can afford. And I think like DraftKings is even have they have locks in place now. Like
Yeah, if you don't start losing too much,
and you
like,
can lock
please,
yourself
sir,
out.
Stop.
So let's talk about this right away. Okay, so in Vegas there was a 6.5,
6.5.
and I immediately, Rafa spends a lot of time in Vegas, and he's like, dude, Eddie, I got a dirty story about this jackpot. So go ahead, Rafa.
Yeah, so
break
there's
it down.
this jackpot at Caesars Properties for the Pai Gow. And a couple months ago, it was at the beginning of December was like 6 million, 6.1 or something. So this guy wins it, right? But nobody hears about it, only the locals, because he doesn't, what happens is he's playing, but he was using, when they go to, check the paperwork and then all that, well, he hands over a player's card that doesn't match his ID. When they run the ID, he had self-banned. Banned himself.
I didn't know you could do that.
Neither did I.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. I know someone self-banned himself from a couple Indian casinos.
Pachanga and like Marengo. Like leaving
So-
there, I'm like, don't ever let me play in here again.
So imagine, so he won it, but they couldn't pay him. So then it goes back on, and now all the locals were playing. Like you'd hear all the dealers, oh yeah, tomorrow, and they'd put like a crew of people together, and they'd split it, and they'd probably play. It was one at the Flamingo, so which is probably like a $5 minimum fucking bet,
Yeah.
very small, and somebody won that thing, 6.5 million.
But someone won it.
Congratulations!
The dude won it before, and
And
he
couldn't get it.
He didn't. So I guess if you have a self-ban, it doesn't mean like you can't go play, but you have to go announce like, hey,
I'm unbanning.
can
myself.
I unban myself? And he didn't unban. Like, dude, that dude needs to be on some high watch. Like the friends need to be.
Yeah.
Like,
That was a rumor going around. I heard about it about a month ago.
That's
So when
crazy.
I called him right away and I said, dude, I somebody had told, the little dealers talk there in Vegas or whatever.
The little. They're like a sewing circle.
Yeah, so it was crazy. But hey,
Hey, so that's what we mean. Don't be a loser. The guy put a self-ban on himself, wins $6.4 billion, and they couldn't give him the money.
can you imagine? He probably hung himself after that
Oh, that's
because he went there to win
horrible.
that.
He went there to win it.
Yeah, exactly. Can you believe that?
So hopefully he has some good friends and
No, but yeah, they helped him not fucking murder
yes,
himself.
yes. So he should probably move to Utah.
But speaking of mushes, speaking of mushes, because that's a mush move by that guy. Let's get to where
Speaking of the mush,
Yeah.
we always talk about the mush. Rafa gives his picks. They're always well-educated guesses. Obviously, he's not clairvoyant. Although the Georgia pick, we should put a Swami thing on your head and because the Georgia, you called that shit. But let's go right into our first mush, which was Raiders
plus 8.5.
plus 8.5, and that was ugly.
It hurts. It hurts me when I see a guy and I go back to Mike Evans dropping that wide open touchdown pass against Carolina some weeks back.
Yes.
Tampa didn't score that entire game until the very end.
That he barely recovered.
Adams drops a first quarter touchdown in that game.
Yes.
On the first drive. If you watch that game,
That changes everything.
but if you watch that first half, I felt like he drove the field every time.
He was doing good things. Chris Jones.
I'm not by any means saying he was amazing, but we're not talking about the
Listen,
quarterback.
he
I just
fumbled
think-
twice. He had a couple bad interceptions, but when he had the ball, he was moving it. But Alex Bars, who is the right guard or left guard, Chris Jones
Chris Jones had a field
owned. Like Chris Jones won that game.
If Chris Jones plays him every week, he's the NFL Defensive Player of the century.
Factoids.
The century.
He could have been wearing a number 4 jersey. You wouldn't have known the difference.
No. I'm not defending the guy by all means. I'm defending my fucking pick.
He still made some incredible throws. He still made plays with his feet.
No, he drove the ball. I wouldn't say.
The only reason why this is even a conversation is because he costs $990,000.
Well, that's
Agree.
also, yes.
Agree.
Yes. You know what? 2 fumbles and 2 interceptions hit a little bit different when you're not paying your quarterback $40 million. Hairs.
Whoa. Let's not get into car talk this early.
Yes. Okay. Michael Brown's starting to fire me up.
And then the other one was the Niners minus 8.5. They won that first half by 8.
I thought you had the first.
No, we had the first half at 9. It was 9. I think it closed at 8.5. And they won by 8. So they were, and then the second half is no chance, right?
No chance.
And then Green Bay, what a disappointment.
Here's a surprising one.
That game hurt.
That game hurt.
It hurt everybody.
It hurt everybody. And this is the thing about football, and when you watch it, and a team is if you watch the first half, at least I didn't watch all of the first half, but I watched the end of the first half, the second quarter, and to me, I felt like they were dominating the game. Right? They're driving the ball. Yeah. It's 9-3. They get the ball after the 2-minute mark, and there was no threat of Detroit even getting the ball to end the second quarter to even score. They weren't even trying to stop the clock. Yeah. They weren't even calling timeout. And Aaron Jones fumbles.
That was crazy.
He fumbles the ball. If he doesn't fumble there, you're at least getting 3, but you had all the momentum to be up 16-3. 16-3, Green Bay up 16-3 in the second half. Detroit's not getting back in that game. That field goal, you had the stupid penalty.
Oh, that penalty.
What was he doing?
So that's the second time. So I forget his name. Denard Walker, linebacker from Georgia, super stud, wears number 8. That's the second time that he's been kicked out of a game this year. And Jay, shout out to Jay, who's not here. Jay's birthday, happy birthday, Jay. His birthday's on Sunday.
But they went to dinner tonight.
His wife and kids took him out to dinner tonight. I hope you guys enjoy yourself. I hope
you better have dinner tomorrow too, and Sunday. You better have. You know what? If you're taking me to dinner on Friday, my birthday's on Sunday. You better give me dinner every night. We're celebrating my birthday for 3 days.
Well, you know what? There are all those people. It's my birthday month.
That's mostly women.
I don't want to talk shit about Jay, but Jay gets a birthday month, I'm sure.
He gets a birthday month?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm sure.
shit.
Jay started on New Year's.
So,
all right.
At least a birthday week. It's
okay.
He's obviously having a birthday weekend.
For sure. Is he going Monday as well?
It's brunch tomorrow.
It's brunch tomorrow, brunch Sunday.
Yes.
Monday, maybe they go for a picnic.
Yes.
Jesus.
Happy birthday to you,
Happy birthday, Jay.
So, but Jay, I saw the video of Walker coming down the tunnel, and he's doing I haven't seen the Gucci
man.
Yeah,
I ain't doing anything.
He's like, I can't do nothing, man.
That brutal.
Was crazy. Oh, my wife just came out, and you know what? Last Friday, Boomtown's birthday, he came down. He was here the whole time. His birthday was on Saturday. Happy birthday to Boomtown, El Boomero, the day one homie. I wish he was here tonight to celebrate, but we celebrated after the show. But happy birthday to Boomtown as well.
Happy birthday, Boomero.
Yeah, who else has a fucking birthday? Big John, you have a birthday?
My wife's birthday's next week.
That's right. Happy birthday. Well, I'll see her. We'll
see you next week.
We'll celebrate. But that Green Bay game killed everybody's parlay.
It killed everyone's everything.
Everything.
Think about it, man. How you were set up to win the game, right? Right into the playoffs. You're on fire. And
what doubly sucks? Is that a fucking thing? Double A? Is that the Lions don't get to go to the playoffs after they beat them. It's like, you know.
The Seahawks had to have been sending over something, right?
Yeah,
some pizzas or...
What, some Julios.
Some Julios?
Yes, Pioneer Boulevard.
There you go.
They said it's E-Buck's birthday tomorrow.
That's right. It's E-Buck's birthday tomorrow. That's right, E-Buck.
So if you guys don't know, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. And also, we want this to be an interactive show. Now we take phone calls. Please, Eddie Money is right here. He's our producer. You got something to say that's important and he thinks it's kind of funny or interesting, he's going to let us know.
If you guys want to call in, Send a message there. Eddie Money will reply and he'll
Eddie,
let you know.
yes. We can't take everyone's call.
Yeah, because if you're texting me, I got a dude texting me. When can I call in to talk shit to
Yes,
you?
yes.
Soon, bud, soon.
Yes.
So,
There's a line of people in East County
hey, is
waiting to talk shit
Maria
to
logged
me.
in? Is there a Maria logged in or no?
Yeah.
No. Hey, Maria. Hey, thank you for joining us, Maria.
Maria.
She complains every week that no one says hi to her.
Hi, Maria.
She comes in and she thinks it's like she's walking in somewhere and says hello to everyone and everyone needs to reply.
Like a virtual lobby.
Yeah, like a fucking, exactly.
Yes.
She used to be on AOL forever, so that's what it was.
Wow.
100%. Are you kidding? She's on AOL from 98 to 2005.
Get off the internet. I need to use the phone.
Yeah, exactly. That time, that was her.
I bet Maria was big on MySpace.
No.
She was a big MySpace.
No,
person.
that was she's too old already. That's my mom, by the way. But she was big on AOL. Her email, I think, is still AOL. So there you go.
I can't believe that.
One of those weird ones too, like with 92 numbers.
At Netscape.com.
And, yeah, big time. There you
So,
go.
Michael Brown, you could attest to this, and we always talk about Rafa's record, right? And we have, just in case you're wondering what Rafa's record is, go ahead, let them know, Rafa, what your record is.
44 and 35 and 1.
That, my friends, is a professional gambler at a high percentage. That is winning way more. What was that? 62%, something like that.
It's definitely higher than what
65%. I mean, that's a high clip.
It's over 60%.
Yes.
79%.
No, that's too high.
35
Cannot be.
divided by 44?
No, it can't be.
No, that's
Too high.
Yes.
Too high.
Yeah, last I worked, it was like 59 or 60%, something like
Right
that.
around there. We're right around there. So we're
Anyways.
making you a little bit of money.
We're making you some money. Always do your own due diligence, right? Rafa gives some educated guesses, but also do your own homework. And also, if you lose, that's on you, playa.
Playa. So our winners last week,
Let's go over the winners.
Titans,
Titans.
should have won that game. I strongly believe Vrabel, not Vrabel, whoever the play caller is, I think sold up. It was just like they dominated the fourth quarter. The defense did 0 first downs in the fourth quarter by Jacksonville, by the way. 0 points.
Yeah.
They had 10 points off of turnovers. The game ended 20-16. They're which I think will get into that
Trevor
game.
didn't have the best of games.
He didn't have a game. I don't think he didn't
Yes.
do anything. He had a couple good throws.
Big John,
Touchdown to Kirk.
You should sit over there just in case you want to get close to the
But-
mic.
I think Tennessee should have won that game outright. Like, to me, watching that game, Dobbs played decent enough. There
Yeah.
were the interception that he throws on 3rd and 17 shouldn't happen. You're at your own 2, 3, 4 yard line. Why are you not running that ball and just punt it? You have the best punter
Run
historically
the
ever.
ball.
You had a historic season, the punter, and your defense, they couldn't gain.
Yeah.
You remember the Titans? They will not gain another yard. That's what happened in that second half, and they still lost that game. But the Titans were a winner.
Yes.
We gave you the Eagles first half,
That was
which we knew was, and then we gave you the Minnesota and Seattle Seahawk teaser.
your first teaser.
Our
Bang
first
bang.
teaser. Bang bang. Not a monster teaser either, just a
No
6-pointer.
monster teasers.
So-
That we don't support.
Monster
Anyone who does a monster teaser, go get a set of you know what.
Yeah, laying 160 to win 100.
Yes.
Some
So,
places 180. So we finished the week 3-3. It wasn't totally terrible. We lost some juice there, but we were in a couple of those games. Really,
yes.
really
Now, let's move on to our next thing, which is we're going to go fast. We just want to recap the championship game.
Is there anything to recap? What
I
happened?
think there is because everybody and
In the-
their mama love
ESPN?
TCU.
ESPN was convincing everyone that I had a buddy call me.
Eddie Money finally friggin' came to his senses.
I had a buddy call me and he goes, "This is going to be great for all the bookies tonight because ESPN is literally trying to convince people that TCU have a chance in this
Of
game."
course, because they wanted, some ratings. But
Dude, they had no
I still
chance.
couldn't take my eyes off the game.
Oh no, I watched all the way
And I
to the
think
end.
everyone did. I mean, Michael Brown, did you watch that whole thing through?
The whole thing. With
What?
my daughter.
Yes, the Gucci's.
Yeah, I was at work. I managed to get everyone to watch the game.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
dude.
I don't know what it was. You just couldn't take your eyes off of
It was pure domination.
Georgia.
That's
like
why.
Bowers. How good is Bauer's going to be. He's the next coming of Travis Kelce, but bigger, faster, stronger.
Whoa.
I mean, he might not know the zone coverages, but the dude is going to be a star. He can't even come. He's going to be at Georgia next year. He can't even come out yet.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
Really?
Bowers is going to be
yeah.
at Georgia next year.
I told Eddie this. I said, listen, and he comes out next year, Kansas City needs to trade up and get him.
Yes.
You have him and Kelsey to take the torch. But, anyways, I won't get to it.
No. Talk about
You
it.
get it. Talk about it, baby.
Michael
Talk
Brown.
about it.
No, he said it. What's up? What's up,
What's
my
up,
man?
what's up?
There's Gabe in the house. We just, we are family here. Come watch the show. In fact, if you live in Southern California and you really want to come down and watch the show, as long as there is a metal detector.
Please don't hurt us.
But message us if you want to come.
Somebody
see us
just
live.
text me a picture. They're having a watch party in the low desert.
Whoa.
Shout out to Rosemont.
Yes.
Shout out to Rosemont.
Edwards Air Force Base.
There you go.
Yes. So
That game was an absolute whooping. We said it, though.
well, you said it. My mouth dropped. I was like, "That's a bold statement,"
It wasn't even
and
close.
it wasn't even. You were being kind. You said 40-10.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
even that close.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, that was.
And then there was a bunch of hate on Stetson Bennett because he's older than like 5 quarterbacks. It's like, why is that his fault?
That's
He's
not
like
his fault.
He's like 5'8", 155 pounds.
Well, it's such a blowout. Did you guys happen to scroll over to ESPN2, I think it was on?
I didn't even know that was going on.
So
were they doing like another?
So Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
in
Oh,
the show
yes.
was doing like just like what Peyton and Eli do for Monday Night Football, just like a more.
I
looser,
totally would've watched that.
Well, exact.
Eli was on.
No. It
Oh,
was the
Pat
Pat,
McAfee
McAfee,
and
show.
his
Oh,
show.
okay.
And when the game got to out of control after the first quarter, I flipped it to that because
Yeah, there's no point.
That would have been so entertaining, I'm
Herb
sure.
Street can only say so much about
Duggan and
At
yeah.
what point, Herb Street said, "I don't know what else to say at this point."
and he was talking shit about SoFi, and it was the best thing.
Well,
ever.
how many times
Well,
have we said it here?
now so people have come up to me like, "You guys are right about SoFi." So if you don't know, SoFi, they say is an indoor stadium.
$5 billion, right? That's what it cost.
$5
But
billion.
they built this huge.
They ran out of money for.
They
a roof.
built a huge 3-point canopy, so the sides are open. So remember, Justine went to like an August game. Like it was a preseason, and it was like 118 degrees, and people left because it was so hot. You can't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
Now, early in the season, for a Chargers game, ironically, there was thunderstorms, and they had to postpone the game for thunder.
in California, by the way.
So
Fucking
now,
wonderful.
and every time you tell somebody, we've been in a lot of Ubers together, a lot of cars, and you're like, Rafa, everything sucks, and he's like, SoFi sucks.
By the way,
It
I've never
sucks.
been there. By the way, and I refuse to ever go there.
And people are like, really? It's so nice. He's like, it sucks. Well,
It doesn't have a fucking roof.
now this is the coup de grace, right? So on one end, it was raining that night in Southern California, and it was raining on the TCU people. But at the very level, I'm a concrete guy. At the very top level, they poured their concrete where people walk, and they put a smooth finish. People were slipping and falling. They ran out of stretchers.
What?
So many people have lawsuits against SoFi Stadium right now because imagine just like left and right. People are walking, boom, down, boom, down, boom, down. And they ran out of stretchers, Rafa. So now
Crazy.
there is no one that can debate you on this shit.
No. It's fucking terrible.
SoFi is officially a disaster. Not to mention, they didn't allow anyone to
No
tailgate.
tailgating.
Which is a college football playoff thing, not a SoFi thing, just to clarify.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, it is. So it's not
a
their
total-
fault.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. It's
But
not their
NFL teams.
Okay, it's not their fault.
But NFL teams. Oh wait, you could.
NFL, you can tailgate, but it's specific sections you can only tailgate in.
Okay, so
For
college
NFL.
football playoff said
College
no.
football playoff, they haven't had it. The guy I can't stand Arash Markazi, but
He's a fucking moron.
I know, but he's the one who said the last 5 college football playoff.
I'm sure
games-
he's watching Michael Brown.
I know.
Yeah,
So,
fuck him.
Yeah, tweet me.
Yeah. At me,
Tweet
player.
at me. Tweet at me.
But the last 5 haven't had tailgating. So
Okay, so we're not going
The
to blame it on
last
them.
5.
We're not going to blame
Oh,
that on
I
them.
didn't know that.
But
Yeah.
guess what? When you walk into Cowboys AT&T Stadium to watch a game, you don't get wet.
No.
When you walk into
Allegiant.
Allegiant, guess what? There's
don't get
AC, and you don't get wet.
Nope.
I might get a little wet.
By the way, the guys in the low desert, B Tapia.
Oh!
B Tapia.
B-Tap.
He's in the low desert.
low
Brandon
desert,
Tapia.
yes.
He's gonna call in.
Oh.
He's with his buddy Mikey. Shout out to those guys. They want to call in a little bit.
Okay,
And,
B-Tap. I
and-
can't
and-
wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, B Tap is a cool fucking dude.
So
A cool character.
we are going to put the college football to bed, except we want to address one last thing. We wanted to talk. If you guys notice, Rafa's sweatshirt. Prime time. We
This
want
was
we want to
gifted.
talk a little Deion Sanders and little Colorado Buffs football.
Deion doing big things. I will say this though, looking at that schedule, I don't like Deion Sanders as a quarterback. Personal opinion, they're gonna win. I'd be shocked if they won 5 games.
It's a first year.
Right, agreed. So I don't think
But I think they'll compete first year, which is also tough to do.
they'll be in games,
I mean,
right?
listen,
yeah,
they won one game last year.
yeah they can only go up.
Yeah, they could
They
only
can
go
only
up.
go up.
Yeah, it's another great
That's
thing
a
about
great
the
thing
job.
about it, right?
Yeah, that's probably a very strategic thing. What he did, he picked a spot that is still Division One.
His son could play,
His son could play.
And
There's
you can
no
only
one
go
on the
up.
roster, and he could only go up.
and SC and UCLA are leaving after next season.
yeah,
So he'll be the top dog. You
he'd
can
be
say
the
right.
top dog.
So they start at TCU is probably more than likely their first game. That's
Yeah.
probably at TCU or who knows how it is. Maybe it's at AT&T
So
Stadium or
the
something.
schedule's all crazy because the first game was supposed to be Arizona State, but now he's had an influx of 3 games with to be announced that we don't know the order, or we do know the order, but we just don't know when it is.
Since you have 2 non-conference or 3 non-conference games, it wouldn't make sense to start week 0
With Arizona State.
with Arizona
It
State, a
didn't make
conference
sense.
game.
It didn't make
So
sense.
they have Colorado State, Nebraska, and the TCU game. So if you wanted to start a week 0, you probably stay in Colorado and play Colorado State,
I
right?
would think.
And then go to TCU that first weekend, which is usually that Labor Day weekend.
the Hone Frogs.
So, see, but they got to play Oregon, Oregon State, SC, Arizona State,
But
Stanford.
What I want to ask you, Rafa, is like let's listen. Whether he wins 1 game or 5 games next year, where do you see the Colorado program and Deion in let's say 2 years, 2-3 years
I give them 3 to compete in the top 10.
to be a top 10 nationwide?
For
That's a crazy statement.
He's getting dudes.
Oh no, I listen.
He's like top 3 in the transfer portal.
If you
Yes.
listen to him talk, the way he talks about molding these young men,
Right.
it is not what I would have thought I would hear out of his mouth. to
Yeah,
be
he
honest.
Oh,
doesn't.
no,
He doesn't blow smoke up these kids' asses.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I've
And-
heard him talk for years, and so I see that people are seeing. I've seen it because I feel like he experienced all of that
Yeah.
as a young dude, so he already knows where his mistakes were, right? So he's gonna if he made mistakes or he didn't,
Yeah.
but he already knows what to prepare them for.
Did you see he went to SoFi and he visited the halftime show and he told this amazing story when Desmond Howard. So it was
I saw that.
It was
I saw that too.
It was Desmond Howard's rookie year with the Redskins, and it's the first punt, and Desmond Howard they do some kind of weird lateral or a kickoff.
Yeah, backward pass.
Backward pass. Desmond takes it. It's his first touchdown, and he's dancing in the end zone against the Falcons. And Deion, who didn't do kickoffs,
Right.
Okay, he only
Punt
did
return.
punt returns. He said, "Screw that." The kick return, he kicked him off the field. He's like, "Get out of here! I got this." He was pissed. He took the freaking kickoff back for a touchdown. That's how insanely
Yeah.
talented and competitive
he was.
Deion was.
And still is probably right. He's not doing this just for.
He's crazy competitive.
And he's getting dudes. He has a visit set up with the number 1 corner in the country, and he had originally chosen Miami. He didn't end up signing. Now he's between the both. He's between the 2. Deion's gonna have him in the coming days.
I mean, let's think about this. Think about, and if you're watching us on YouTube or Instagram, or I think we're just on YouTube right now.
We got Fred in here. He
What's
said-
Fred talking about?
He's a Colorado fan, so he said next season they will be the favorites for the Natty. Not this one, but the next season.
Oh, he
Wow.
done bumped his head. Fred,
But think about this.
shout out to
okay?
Fred who hooked it up with the jersey, with the sweater.
I
Right here.
can't think of anyone but Steve Spurrier from the Florida Gators, who was a Heisman Trophy winner, that was an elite head coach. I'm trying to think of another coach who did it. Like Dion was
Like an elite football player.
yeah,
And then a coach.
and then a coach. Like think about Magic Johnson. Think about
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird. All these guys
that were elite.
that were elite. Mike Singletary with the Niners.
God, he was
Can't do it. Can't win with them.
kind of trash.
Can't do it. But it's no one has made this transition of being an elite player and being a great coach
In any sport, right?
in any sport that I can think of. That's
Can
why I'm
you name
asking you, YouTube. Please give us an example, another example. And obviously, Dion is like one of the best that's ever done it. Like, even give us a decent guy, you know?
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
Phil
for
Jackson.
this year, I would have said Rabel.
Listen, I think Vrabel's a good coach.
I do,
I
too.
just think he's done with the team. I think it's
Yeah.
Frank Reich style in Indy.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Odie said Jim Harbaugh or John.
John,
He doesn't know which is which.
Well, Jim.
Jim was the
but
quarterback.
Jim was a quarterback. He was okay.
Did John even play in the NFL?
I don't.
No,
I
he
don't think so.
I
No,
think just Jim was a quarterback. Colts, right?
But that's a
he
good
played
one.
for the Colts. He played for
He played for the Colts, the Bears.
the Bears.
He was the heart attack, whatever he was. He was good. Who said that?
Odie.
Odie, good one, Odie.
Look at Odie. Fucking Odie, bro.
Yes.
Shout out
Always-
to Odie. Shout out to my wife, by the way, who's cooking and watching this thing.
my wife.
Send a picture over.
There
Cooking
you,
and watching.
there you go, Jackie. So, can we put that to bed?
Dion,
Yes.
do you think? How do you think he's gonna do?
Listen, I'm a huge fan.
Me too.
I'm a huge fan. I want that sweatshirt. It sucks because I'm an SC guy, but my God, he's doing.
It's gonna
things
be fun.
different. He's doing things different, man.
He's gonna be at a school where you're gonna get to see him week
Yeah.
in and week out, and now he's gonna be. Dude, Colorado wasn't on Fox or ABC or any of that shit. We're probably gonna get a game
And if you
late
guys,
in the season where Colorado's 4-8.
I'm like
Or,
10
I'm sorry, 4-6.
I'm like 10 years older than all you guys, but Colorado in 88 to 92 was ridiculous.
That might have been when Fred watched his first. college
They
football
were
game.
badass. I mean, Darian Hagan, the triple option. I mean, even before Cordell Stewart, they weren't even good when Cordell Stewart. In 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, they were number one in the country a couple years. So, shout out to Colorado. Shout out to Dion. We're not going to talk about college football for a while. Rafa killed his last pick. Just
Last four.
Last four. You called
Yeah.
all 4 playoff games.
Hey, that
Hey,
was
hey.
that was a little bit of wise guy stuff.
Hey, well, we learned last week. We learned a new word. You remember? You were watching. It's called a sharp.
Yeah.
So Rafa is obviously a sharp.
No.
I had to ask him what it is. He's like, oh, that's guys who gamble and win. I was like, what?
No.
I've never heard of that.
No,
I asked him what I had to do to become a sharp. He's like, yeah, you got a long way to go, Eddie. So we all, we're inspired to be a sharp like Rafa.
No.
So we'll put that to bed. Let's go on to our next segment, which is sponsored by Pretty Eyes Lashes. And we're going into your fired. We would love for you to join in with your fired. If you have someone that you want to fire this week, then please let Eddie Money know on YouTube. And Pretty Eyes Lashes, if you're looking for some beautiful lashes, a man or woman, or wherever you want your lashes.
Yeah,
I mean,
there you
well,
go. Get it right. Get it right.
There's a limit. Yeah,
Man or woman.
Michael Brown's the one who put me straight on that.
A couple weeks ago, he's like, Eddie, you just
He's like,
eliminated.
you just eliminated 50% of that business.
Yep.
Well, I didn't.
Trying to help Pretty Eyes Lashes out.
Yes. No. Great job. So yeah, they Pretty Eyes Lashes. Please DM. They'll get if you mention that you heard about them through Two Nobodies, you're gonna get at least a 20% discount.
There you go.
So you're fired. Anyone want to go first on you're fired?
I'll go first.
Are we all doing the same? I know him and I have the same dude.
I definitely don't have the same thing. So all week, and I put this in the chat, but all week I've been seeing grown men
wearing NFL jerseys of their teams on days that they don't play.
I like this.
I am firing all those grown ass men that are wearing
My buddy Mike,
Deebo Samuel jerseys on a Wednesday at Target.
Tony Romo jerseys.
Specifically.
Tony Romo jerseys to Fogo the Chow on a fucking Tuesday in
Listen.
Dallas.
Gosh.
I wear my Raider jersey to a Raider game. I would never, ever wear it anywhere else.
I like that, MB. I like that.
I love that, MB. If you're going to be a grown-ass man, you can't have another grown-ass man on the back of you. Unless he's like your brother or your partner or, like, if you want to represent
You're okay
somebody-
with it on game day.
I'm okay with it on game day.
You're okay to have them up your back. I think. Wearing it.
This is a family-friendly show. Right?
Got him. Got him.
No one's up my back.
So you're all right with it on game day.
On game day,
You want them on your back.
representandos.
All right. All right.
Yes.
Some people are never a last name of anyone on my back ever.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're anyone's in there, but
Oh, okay. So, watch out, Michael. So Michael Brown, and my daughter, Brianna Kardashian.
Yeah, they're Kardashians.
Yes, they're Kardashians. They have. It's kind of cute, dare I say, but they have Dodger jerseys,
With Brown on the back.
also brown on their back, but their anniversary date.
yeah,
Those are your numbers?
Yes,
the numbers.
You're a good husband. If I died and came back as a woman, that's who I want to marry.
Yes,
Someone like that.
yes. Michael Brown, the representandos.
Yeah,
They
for
have,
sure.
Yes,
they have
yes.
some dust on them right now, so I'd have
Yes.
to really dust those off. But I do have it. Yes,
There
Yes,
you go.
and it's a great picture, by the way. It's a great.
I think it's still my Instagram picture.
Is it
I
your
wanna
Instagram
say.
picture?
I
Yes.
want to say I haven't touched
Yes.
it. In a
He's a sweet man.
My daughter got a good one.
Yeah, she did.
At a Castaic Lake.
The only thing the only thing bad is he's a Bronco fan.
Oh, that's more than
while.
bad.
I
but
can't
listen,
wait till we get there. But
total closet Raider fan, by the way. So
I think
He is
it's
look-
Little Odie said that you're mad because Debo's better than your team's wide receiver.
okay, Debo's not better than freaking.
Debo's not
Devontae.
better than Adams, little
Not
Odie.
Adams.
Relax there,
And it
bud.
doesn't matter if I don't care what jersey you're wearing on a Wednesday. You cannot wear another man's name on the back,
100%.
unless it is the game day.
Yeah.
Shanae said
And-
the jerseys they were a gift from the Dices.
Oh, that's right.
that's right.
That was a great gift
That was
by
a
the
great
Dices. Yes.
That would be a rich gift. I
Yeah.
see him as a
no, wait, hold on.
Rich was just as surprised as we
Rewind.
were when we opened that.
Rich was like, I got it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a great job. Yes. Rich had no idea.
Rich had no fucking
That
clue
is
what was
Carolyn,
happening.
1,000%. Great gift, Carolyn. So, Eddie, who
me,
we
me and
find?
Rafa have the same one. So
Okay, we'll talk about it.
we're both firing Brandon Staley, Chargers head coach.
That's a good one.
Why are you
Yes.
playing any of your starters in that meaningless game? And now you don't have Mike Williams for.
Now
your
you
playoff
don't
game.
have Mike Williams. Like,
So I'm going to give you. I got a stat on that, by the way. So Mike Williams he missed 4 games. In those 4 games, they barely beat the Falcons. Okay, they lost to the Raiders. They beat Arizona by 1. Okay, trailed in that game, and they beat. Oh, and they lost to the Niners. So that Niner game was that Sunday night game. They lost by a score there. They lost to the Raiders by 7, and you can tell we were at that Raider game. They needed him. They need him. Bro, you are playing for nothing. What were you playing for? How bad of a fucking coach are you? Seriously, I hate
so
to cuss.
bad.
But that set your team back. Like now you're playing against a team that whooped you and
Yeah.
to start the season, right? And by the way, in that game, Mike Williams had 10 targets.
Wow.
He had 8 catches in that game. They still lost 38-10. And now you don't have him.
I think in that game, that's when they didn't have Keenan Allen. Now when they play,
Right.
they
Now
don't
they're going to
Mike
have
Williams.
Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams.
Yeah.
So I'm so torn about this whole thing because I agree he should be fired. But as a Raider fan, I want them to win in Jacksonville
So they don't fire him.
so they don't fire him because he's that bad. I said at the beginning of this year that the Chargers had the most talented roster in the NFL.
Well, and we said a couple weeks back,
That's
fully
how I
healthy.
felt. And I hate the Chargers.
Well, right. And we said a couple weeks back, fully healthy, they have a chance in the AFC.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Williams, he's going to miss minimum of 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. So even if you win this week, and then next week, you're probably going to go, if you win this week, you'd probably play KC next week, depending on, I don't think Miami's winning a game, right?
Yeah.
So you're probably going to go to KC, You needed him.
Did you hear his presser after the game on why he was?
No,
What did
break
he
it
say?
down.
So he was I was listening to Rogan and Rodney for the first
Oh,
time.
God.
Oh, that's
Jesus.
torture.
Did you bleed from your ears?
Yeah.
Fuck,
so
those guys are bad.
Long story short, he was basically saying like we only have a limited amount of guys. Coaching's hard, and it was the absolute worst excuse for why his stars were in the game.
Because there's no excuse.
Somebody told me they wanted to get momentum. So you tried to win that fucking game? Because you lost to
Yeah.
a 4-win
I
team.
was gonna say who beat them.
Yeah, the Denver Broncos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's ride. Let's ride.
Wow.
Oh, sorry, I forgot about that.
We're getting
Yeah,
closer.
so
and
that's
closer
who
to
we're
the-
firing.
yes.
And this is a literal fire. Like, usually we do, like, weekly firings,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
not,
no.
we're firing the coach.
Yes.
Right? Because I'm usually firing, like, Lincoln Riley or whatever, but not actually fire. This week, I'd actually fire this
Yes.
team.
I would
They
too.
lose this game, you're fucking fired.
Yep.
Find someone else. He's like, he's on edge.
So chip it on this though, because I heard everyone's talking about it like this. Everyone's saying the same thing that you guys are saying. So you know how last year, he did all this, go for it every time. He hasn't done it this year. So last year he had a logical explanation. I'm like, this is the numbers and these are the stats and this is the breakdown and this is. So now those stats and all the logical thing, he's not doing it this year. So now he's realized that he's an idiot, right? You're a moron. When he did it against the Raiders, the
fake
last
punt.
game, okay, it was they were on their own 30, they went for it and they didn't get it. And
and then they went for a fake punt and got it.
no, this is the one where they didn't get it.
Right,
At
it was the
very,
first one.
at the very end, or first one at the very end of the game. But one of the best coaches in the world, Jimmy Johnson, said it's all about risk reward. If you get the first down there, it doesn't mean anything. You have to get 3 or 4 more first downs.
Right.
So what is really the reward of going for it on the 30 there?
Right.
It's
No.
dumb.
Right, I agree.
Like you can't reinvent the wheel, and he thinks he's so smart, and so that's what we had to say about
That's
that.
what I'm saying about you can't with this roster. You can't just learn to coach as you go. You need someone
No.
Right.
that knows what they're
Well, they
doing.
have talent all over the
That's
field.
what I'm
It's
saying.
unbelievable.
in that division, especially.
And they have talent all over
All
the
over
field,
the field.
in the most talented division in football. He made the playoffs and he's like got to the finish line, let's say the playoff, just to get there, bro, and he literally tripped over and just stumbled in because your
Yeah.
roster is now a key guy. Bro, this is not your
No,
fourth
he's
receiver.
huge. He's the guy that stretches the field.
Yep.
And it's not that he's going deep. He's just giving them that.
He's so big.
He's so big.
He's so big.
Yeah, exactly.
Clemson University.
We got
Big dog, first round pick.
2 firings.
oh,
Let's hear 'em.
That's who is it and who
So
they want to
it's,
fire?
Fred wants to fire Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
Ooh,
That's a good one.
And Tapia says he wants to fire McCarthy if they lose.
I agree
that's
with him as
another
well.
one.
Well, selfishly, I need Chargers
And the Cowboys to both win.
just blow out their competition this weekend.
we're getting
I
closer
agree
and closer
with McCarthy
to
firing.
this.
That was if they lose this week, I'm firing his ass next.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, Fred, I agree with you. I have an interesting stat about Aaron Rodgers because people are saying Aaron Rodgers to maybe the Raiders. I don't want Aaron Rodgers. Here's a crazy stat that people don't know. They're out of all quarterbacks in the NFL this year that have started more than 15 games, there is only one that hasn't had a 300-yard game. That's Aaron Rodgers. When I heard that, my mind was like, I don't know what it is. I still think he's amazing. I just think he's too chappy at this point. He's just like he's just not. I don't know. It's not a team guy. He's like he thinks he knows more than everybody at this point, and he doesn't listen to anybody. Like
Colin Cowherd over here, number 2.
there you go.
listen.
Where I was wrong.
Yeah.
Fucking always.
I just who's gonna coach Aaron Rodgers at this point?
Nobody.
can't coach
You
him.
can't coach him.
He's uncoachable.
I do think McDaniels and him would mesh well if he went to
Really?
Vegas. I do.
Well, we ain't paying him $50 million. I'll tell you that
Got
right
no
now.
choice there.
Yeah, you
I've always had this kind of feeling about Rodgers for like the last 3 or 4 years. I've seen him give up on a game in the game. And I didn't watch the second half of that game, but my brother texts me and he says, dude, this guy's fucking throwing in the towel. Like, I feel like he's quitting on the team.
Yeah.
And I look at the score and they were down and I'm like, oh, fuck. Typical fucking Rodgers.
Well, we all saw it when he walked off the field. I forgot what rookie or somebody
it
else.
was a
Cobb.
Randall Cobb.
No.
No,
but someone-
Jameson
the-
Williams
yeah.
from Alabama.
And he said,
Hey, can I get the
he's
jersey?
like, I think I'm going to hold on to this one.
Yeah.
So either he's retiring.
He had bad BO. That was.
Yeah, he's like, fuck, I didn't even wear deodorant
Yeah.
tonight
Zing! That's Michael Brown's first zing.
of the night.
So great job, Fred. That's a great fire.
Real quick, Mikey, who's watching with Brandon in the low desert, says, or you can fire Dak if you don't fire McCarthy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know if you can fire him as easily though.
Well,
He's got a
if
fatty
Brady's
contract.
available for a year, a lot of the Cowboy fans would be okay with
But
that.
you would have to trade him
Yep.
because
You can leave him for a year on the bench. Just hurt him.
he's getting
$40
paid
million.
like
Just hurt him. Just hurt him.
$38 million.
Just run him into the ground during training camp.
I think that one's a little bit easier to get McCarthy out than Dak.
Yeah.
So I actually don't have a firing this week. I actually
What?
have a rehire. I'm calling this guy. I'm like,
I like it.
I'm saying, you know what? I was wrong about you.
Oh, our last rehire got injured.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
this
last
one's not
rehire-
injury prone.
This one is I was really tough on him. Episodes 1 to like 5, I was.
You were. I wasn't. You were.
You called it too, and I was all over Westbrook from the Lakers. Russell, another Russell, and I was all over him. He was garbage. He was trash. He was breaking backboards in the NFL or in the NBA. No backboard was safe with him.
No.
And I've been watching him the last couple weeks, and all this dude does is give 110% effort
Every play.
every play. And listen,
It doesn't matter the score, by the
he
way.
still can't shoot.
No.
He still can't shoot. But the dude, especially in basketball, like the energy is everything. That's why they say to pass the ball. Passing the ball creates energy. Energy is everything in basketball. And Russell, like without LeBron, if LeBron didn't have Russell, that team would be like third in the freaking Sierra League. You know, they're definitely fourth in the Trinity.
For
you
sure.
know. Shout out to St. John Bosco beating Mater Dei for the first time in Mater Dei for like 22 years. Basketball.
Wow.
Yeah, bye.
Shout
Very
out
nice.
Coach Negro, the high school national coach.
Shout
of
out
the
to Coach Negro, best coach in the country. May you be blessed with many more national championships. So,
Very nice.
Fred agrees with your rehire.
Thank you, Fred. I mean, listen, I got to admit my mistakes, and Russell is just I don't know, man. He's just a ball of energy. He just gives you everything, and you can't be mad. Listen, you can't be mad at a dude that just gives you everything he has.
I agree. I agree with you.
I guess.
Or the
Can't
rest,
shoot for shit.
The rest of the roster is so bad that it just
Yeah, he
Yeah,
shines.
matter.
He shines, right?
Yeah.
He shines. He's a diamond and with a bunch of roughs all
The,
around.
the- the rest of the roster, I think, is from Last Chance U, East LA College basketball.
Those dudes, last chance use better than those dudes. Are you kidding?
Maybe.
Fuck.
Maybe. That's a great show, by the way. Shout out to ELAC.
That's funny.
Eli
Tapia said
for-
he agrees, but he almost tried to tackle Luca last night and got a 40.
He did. But that's what
Almost
you
lost the
need.
game.
That's what
though.
you need. It was early in overtime.
And
It
Luka,
was early in the first overtime, by the way, and
Yes.
he came out and he said, "You know what? Fuck it. I got to set some sort of tone for this overtime, right?"
He did. And then he actually went and said, dude, I'm just playing hard. And
That's
they
it.
hugged.
Yeah.
Like, that even made me more. I'm
You
like,
got
look,
excited.
Look at this dude.
I want to hug him.
I
That's
want
what
to
you
be
said.
like, yeah, I want to be like,
I want to put him on my back.
yes, on a Wednesday when they're not playing.
Yeah, I love
Yes. So that's my unfiring. That is our You're Fired segment. Thank you to the people that contributed. That is brought to you by, I always have to look behind me like an
it. Pretty eyes, lashes.
Yes.
Pretty underscore eyes with a Z underscore
Thank
lashes.
you, Rafa. Thank you.
On Instagram.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Yes.
God, he
Jeez.
just got his lashes.
You know what?
done
When
right
they
before we
sponsor
did it.
send the weekly check, I help them out, Edward.
Yes. You should
Eddie
see,
just cashes the checks.
you
It's
should
fucking-
see this check that Pretty Eyes Lashes sends us, man. Yes, Russell Wilson was playing with it the other day. I was only kidding, Elvie. I was only kidding.
Oh man.
So now let's get into some NFL news. Thank you, Pretty Eyes Lashes. Let's get into some NFL news.
Let's do it.
People love the NFL.
No
Rafa.
shocker in a couple of these.
Yeah, Bill Belichick will return for another season.
Shocking.
Really? Like the evil emperor ever going to give up his throne?
Now did you see he's looking for an offensive coordinator?
Yes.
Yeah.
A year too late.
Well, is it?
Yeah, 100%. Listen, this was a case of him thinking, I'm smarter than everyone. I'm going to hire a bad defensive coordinator to be my offensive coordinator.
He pulls Patricia and Judge in the room. He's like, hey, guys, you guys have been great in what you're doing respectively. Do you guys have any offensive experience? No?
No,
Perfect. Okay.
you're perfect.
You guys got the job.
Yes, like,
Listen,
I'm going to touch your head and give you all the, like the Matrix. I'm going to download all my knowledge into you.
as bad as they were all year, they had a chance to make the playoffs.
Yes.
And they allowed 2 kickoff return for touchdowns,
How awesome was that?
by the way. 2.
Yes. How awesome was
So
that?
they were well into that game. They were well in that game.
By the way, Shanae said she wants to fire you for that comment.
Got him.
I guess I'm going to be sleeping outside here.
Yes.
I was only kidding, Shanae. I was only kidding. So, on to the next. Cliff Kingsbury. Shocker.
Fired. No
Fired.
shocking.
GM.
No shock.
Shocker. Also gone. I mean, they also think they're in the running for Sean Payton.
Did you guys watch Hard Knocks, by the way?
I don't watch. I didn't
Listen,
watch.
every week he asks me this.
Yes, the same thing.
Every week
He has an infatuation with J.J. Watt.
And I say the same thing every week. I haven't watched it, Michael Brown.
Hey, Real Housewives of Miami's over, I think.
Got a zinger. Zing. Oh,
who doesn't love the Bravo?
who's making fun of who now, huh?
Yes, okay.
Michael Brown.
But seriously, Cliff Kingsbury, when he got to Arizona, 3 or 4 years ago, GQ model.
Oh,
And
good-looking man.
And today,
He's aged. He looks like Bill Belichick.
He's still a good-looking dude, but raccoon eyes.
yes, that
like,
job has taken a toll.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's probably relieved, and he's paid for the next 5 years to do whatever he wants.
Oh, wonderful.
So now NFL coaches are getting paid over was $800 million.
800 before they fired.
So now
Kingsbury,
it's
before they
almost-
fired Lovie Smith, who's got 3 years left on his deal.
It's almost about $1 billion of fired coaches that are not coaching and are getting paid $1 billion.
We got to get into coaching.
Yeah, 100%. So, but Michael Brown talked to me about this, and I said, Michael, because I've coached. My dad was a coach all his life. Like, there is no grind. I don't care what job you tell me. There is no job that is a grind like coaching is, and especially in the details of football. Football is insanity. It's like an orchestra of 11 people that have to do exactly one thing right to make a play work. That's why like touchdowns happen, because one guy did one wrong thing, and it's coaching. Coaching is so important in football, and the details are so ridiculous. It's a grind. I coached 12-year-olds, and I swear I did not sleep. I was watching film. It was insane.
Shit got real.
12-year-olds. 3, 4 in the morning.
3, 4 in the morning.
We're getting water going to the restroom. This dude's one eye's closed,
Yeah.
one eye's open, watching 12-year-old film.
Yes, it was like,
Why did he run the wrong route?
yeah.
Fudge!
No, I'm serious, man.
Walker,
Like,
what was happening?
Come on, Jimmy.
Jesus.
I'm just telling you, like what you said about Cliff. He was a good-looking dude. Coach, and that will age you faster than anything on this planet. It is a grindhouse. So,
No shocker he was fired.
Lovie Smith.
That doesn't shock me. To me, I don't even think he should be coaching. He was garbage.
Lovie Smith's beard was completely black about 3 years ago. Look at what coaching has done to his
Dude,
beard.
he hasn't. He got fired in
I'm
Chicago.
a-
What did he do
I'm a
to
Lovie
deserve
Smith-
this job?
Well, my thoughts on this, honestly, is that people are up in arms about him getting fired. He didn't get a fair chance. This and that. It's like, you knew exactly what you were coaching this team to do to get the number
Yeah,
one.
come
Yeah.
on. And then he
you
wins the
fucked
last
that
game.
off.
Yeah, and then it's like you shouldn't be too mad, because it's like they gave you a 3-year contract knowing you're only going to coach one, and that was their solid
I
to
don't
you.
think Lovie Smith is crying.
No,
No.
But a lot of players have come to his side. Listen, he's a good dude,
well, for sure.
and I think he's a decent coach.
He's a terrible coach.
Well, he's a good coach.
Who's he coached?
He coached the Bears to a Super Bowl, didn't he?
There's,
He didn't?
Did he?
Yes.
I'm not
Rex
gonna
Grossman?
Yes.
He coached that?
Yes.
And then what?
It was the first Super Bowl with two black coaches, Dungy.
You're right.
And Lovie
You're right.
Smith.
And then what happened?
Unless you're Tom
And-
Brady, you suck. To Rafa, like, hey, you have to be the goat.
Or no. Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, yes, that's right.
No, dude, he's been. When did he go to the Super Bowl?
I told you when they played when
When he got his ass whooped by the Colts, Rexy Grossman. That was like 2007.
Just think about what you just said right
2005,
now.
11.
Just think about what you said. He took Rex Grossman to the Super Bowl. That in itself is amazing.
How good was that defense?
Amazing.
Really good.
Amazing, right?
Really good.
Has he done anything since then for us to be giving this guy a job later on?
But he's still coaching. You can't suck
no.
and get all these jobs.
What? Well,
Did
I
you
don't know.
say Yobs?
He said Yobs. He said Yobs. This motherfucker, nobody knows. You see him and he's white, but he's Mexican
Yes,
as well.
well, it just came
He
out right now.
he
All
said
these Yobs.
And we had pizza earlier with some
Some
Pexis.
pizza? Yes. My father-in-law's name is Eric.
And he took me to eat pizza at
Pizza.
Julio's.
Yes.
I'll throw in some Espanol on the group chat.
There
here
you
and
go.
there.
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. Órale, güey.
This is a man who thought nalgas meant balls. It's a true story.
It still does.
For years, he
that-
was like,
It's my dialect.
yes, I have
Oh,
big
yeah.
nalgas, he said. I'm
Uh-oh.
like, what are you
Well, don't tell people that online.
Yeah.
They're going to come looking for you.
Up my back.
All up in his back.
So Lovey got fired
Lovey got fired.
for not getting the number one pick, supposedly.
He had one job, and he won the last game of the season.
Hilarious.
And now
Two.
they played well though at the end.
They
Converted
did.
a 4th and 20.
Yeah.
Listen, I told you this whole time. The damn Texans played hard all year, and you always say, "Of course they did. Everyone played down." Against the spread. What were the Texans against the spread this year? I bet you they at least won 10 games against the spread.
Oh,
I bet you. I bet plus 10. I get the plus 10 against the spread.
pull it up.
Because they had challenges.
8 and 9 at best.
No, Ted. Say it.
5 and 11.
Oh, how you
Against
doing?
the spread?
5 and 11 and 1.
So if you divide 10 by 2, which is they
Ouch.
went for
He
2
would
at
have
the
lost
end.
another bet.
I was not going to bet.
No.
It seems like every time I took him against the spread, they won.
You've been on
You
Houston.
got him 4
Oh,
times.
he had him 4 times. Damn. All 4 times.
You know what? Lovey Smith, you're fired, dude. You suck.
Now, well, we'll get into that draft talk later on.
Yeah, so let's go on to the next one. Jets OC Mike LaFleur, the brother of the other LaFleur.
Matt.
Yes.
Parted ways.
Mutually parted
That
ways.
was the direct
Mutually parted
Yeah.
ways.
That means we're going to fire you, but you can quit instead.
Yeah. And how is that his fault? I mean, you had
Quarterbacks
3
are
horrible
garbage.
quarterbacks.
Well, mutually, he probably asked for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like, dude, let me get out of this shit show.
Yes.
Now let's get into this next one, okay? Because I still don't think this is gonna happen. Sean McVay stays as head coach for the Rams.
He said today. He was saying
You said it.
Is today?
today.
Yeah.
Today.
I don't
Today.
believe
Today.
it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
He's a flight risk now, is what I told Rafa.
Yeah, Michael Brown thinks he's fucking. You better strap him with a monitor.
At
Take
LAX,
his
there's,
passport,
at
too.
LAX, there's a picture of him. Don't let this guy leave Los Angeles.
He's
gonna
flying
be in
out of Van
Cabo.
Nuys private. You got to be
Because
careful.
here's the thing, and I told you, Rafa, about this. Like, if you're what Sean McVay, think about. Okay, the first one who did it was Bill Cowher. He left, right, and everyone's like, "What is Bill Cowher doing?" He got major offers to come back, big money. He never did it. Okay, now Gruden was making money and he had huge offers. When you leave like this, and this is what Sean Payton's doing. When you leave as a winning coach, you just get more valuable. People start like it's like me. I had this legend in high school that I was a bad mother. I beat up like 3 stoned cholos, and the story next week was like I fought 40 guys and
everybody
I
was
killed
fine.
them all. Right. So
The man, the myth, the legend.
yeah, like so. I think this is what McVay's doing. He should leave. He should leave. Why are you staying? Leave, and then the offers in 2-3 years will be outrageous.
The problem is that he's still under contract. So if he leaves, you have the same the Sean Payton situation, where you're going to give up a first round pick for him.
and they're gonna do it. And people are gonna give a first round pick for Sean Payton. And I know you want to talk about that.
Oh, we're going to talk about it.
We
We're
wanna
gonna
talk
talk
about
it.
that.
We're going to talk about it.
So
Odie said that he needed time off. He took 4 days, and then he said he stayed.
Odie's right.
You know what? He probably didn't put hairspray and he probably didn't shave right here for 4 days. He's like, you know what? This is amazing. What a doucher.
Cronky sent 6 bottles of rosé. I hear he's a rosé drinker.
Oh, no. He's
Surprise.
Petros and Money roast his ass because he's a rosé drinker.
Wow.
Surprise.
Well,
No shock there.
listen, guys who drink rosé are doing well in a certain area in their life.
Good.
It's because their partner likes their partners likes rosé.
That's what it is.
Okay, so
correct.
that's you didn't hear that, Shanae. So Cardinals open to trading. Well,
Hopkins.
he asked for a freaking trade. They're not open to it.
Well, no, they now agreed to it.
Yeah, and
What's he worth, MB?
A 1.
He's worth the first rounder for sure. He's in his prime still. He can.
if I'm the Bears, I'm giving my first round pick
No, hell no.
for DeAndre.
The Bears are playing with
They
people's heads thinking that they're going to trade Fields, that they're willing to
Yes.
draft the quarterback,
Yeah.
which is only making their pick more valuable because they don't want to
Yes.
pick there.
yes, they don't.
They don't want to pick there.
Will Anderson's not a full blown Lawrence Taylor. He's not.
No.
He's not. And
No, you're not taking
and
anybody there at 1 that's not.
they could trade down. There was I saw
How
some
about
guy
the Raiders trading in there?
for who?
I wouldn't for Stroud. I
I
wouldn't.
think you can get Stroud at 3 or 4.
He also hasn't.
Well,
you're at
officially
6
declared
though.
for the draft.
What was your mom?
Oh, and he hasn't declared yet.
Ooh.
Stroud hasn't
Stroud
declared yet,
hasn't
by the way.
officially
Get
declared
out of
yet.
here.
Imagine Stroud comes back. Lock them up as the 1 for the
Get
title.
out of here,
he can,
dude.
He can make just as much
Ohio
money.
State, dude. Ohio State
Well,
boosters,
let's hope he-
Maybe
let's
that's
hope.
what Marvin Harrison's waiting for.
dude. Ohio State boosters are breaking out the checkbook.
If he
They're like
stays,
star kids.
If he
No
stays,
fun.
he's the Heisman next year.
and he would be number 2 quarterback pick next year. This year he might be the 3rd.
No.
More money.
You know what? Yeah, why
I'm
would,
sorry
you
to
know
tell
what?
you.
You got to leave now.
I'm sorry
Now
to
that
tell you. You're
thinking
out of your
about that.
mind. You think Caleb Williams is better than him?
Oh, 100%.
Where?
There was a ceremony in New York that said he was better than.
Yeah. I mean,
One game.
No, he won the Heisman this
You're
year,
out-
Rafa.
Yes, he won the Heisman.
And Stroud was like 3 feet away from him.
I agree
The
with you
whole
there.
country agrees
If
with
he
me.
beats Michigan, he's the Heisman.
No. You
Oh,
guys-
man.
Where's the low desert people at when I
Let me
meet
ask
them?
you something. The game against Georgia, you saw the game, right?
Yes, I did.
What game do you compare Caleb playing to that Georgia game?
Okay, so I will say
Just
this.
give me one. Cal?
I will say this.
How about that Cal banger?
CJ Stroud shit the bed against Michigan.
He shit the bed.
He had to play great against Georgia to bring his status back up.
Yep.
That's what you think.
That's what happened.
Put Caleb on that same roster.
Oh, jeez.
He had the best receiver in college
They're
football.
beating
And
the
the defense.
Texans. If Caleb Williams is playing for Ohio State, they're beating like 3 teams in the NFL.
I want to let you know that Ohio State's defense allowed 100 points in the last 2 games.
against the 2 best teams.
And
Michigan was not the best.
USC allowed 50 to Tulane. What do you want?
46.
Fucking Michael Brown spitting factoids over here.
46. So you think Stroud coming out next year, he's the second best quarterback?
Yes.
Or 3rd.
Or either first or second.
First, I think he's first.
But my point exactly. Go to Ohio State, get paid, get your
And then
NIL,
come out.
and then
Dude,
come out next
Caleb
year.
of course, I would.
Williams-
He says no.
Listen, Rafa, Caleb Williams, you saw what he did. He carried the whole USC team on his shoulders. That team was horrible.
The defense was horrible.
No, the whole team was horrible.
Eddie, those
They
receivers.
had 3 good receivers.
3! 3!
But when you're all
Three!
so
Not 1! 3!
they have 3 good receivers.
That's a lot.
3!
It don't matter. Listen,
Have you seen the knock on Addison for the draft?
no,
That he had terrible numbers on the highest on the best offense in the country.
that's stupid. People, that's a smoke screen. That's a smoke screen. GMs,
And to me, I like Rice better than Addison.
No. GMs do that all the time. GMs do that all the time. It's a smoke screen. But I'm telling you, Caleb Williams just took SC to a whole nother level, and it was only because of Caleb Williams.
He did it on his own. He threw the ball to himself.
At times, I'm pretty sure he threw it like that one guy and just ran under it.
Dude, they had an amazing offense.
No,
They had talent, dude, everywhere. Are you kidding?
No. The offense. We saw the center. The center was my
We're
height.
talking about the offense.
The center was from Glendale. His name was Arpesian.
Eddie, he threw 5 touchdowns.
He was
bald
and had hairy
5
legs.
touchdowns. He threw 5 touchdown passes.
That's how good he is.
To 3 good receivers.
You know why?
3.
It's easy.
You know who Stroud didn't have? Probably the
He
first
had-
receiver off the board. Because he had 3 receptions this season or
Are
whatever
you
it was.
trying to tell me that? Listen, you agreed that
Marvin Harrison
that
by far is the
Ohio
best receiver.
State and USC receiving core were 1 and 2, 1A and 1B. You know this.
1 and 2.
Look at Gabe's. Shout out to
Gabe has a mountain of pizza from Julio's.
Gabe brought pizza for everyone over
Yeah.
there.
Yes, he
Gabe's
brought
like,
a wheelbarrow to the
Yeah.
show of pizza. But listen, it's different.
I
Rafa.
like Caleb. I don't think he has the touch that Stroud does. I struggled watching him against Cal. Hit a 20-yard. I'm sorry.
The USC hate is
There's
showing
4
again.
letters, BIAS.
Yes, bias. Yes.
What bias to Ohio State?
No, bias against anything SC
Yes,
has.
yes.
I like Caleb. I like him.
If you put him on
Ohio State's roster,
I don't think
You-
that happens.
Rafa doesn't even like Star Wars series because it has to do with USC.
I don't like Star Wars series at all.
He likes Battlestar Galactica
Don't
better
like
than,
that
than Star
either.
Wars.
Not at all.
He doesn't like Dr. Dre's music because he has a program there.
I don't. You know why Caleb would have done better at Ohio State? Because the coach is better.
No.
Yes.
Okay, maybe. but what Caleb does is he extends plays. That's why guys are wide open.
I agree with you.
Big John,
I agree with you. He
am I
extended
lying?
plays against Cal and Colorado and these garbage ass
Against
teams.
every team. Against every team. He gets away from a rush, and he just has that. I've said it before, that Mahomes.
That Mahomes feel?
That Mahomes thing.
You know what the problem with him is? He doesn't have touch, dude.
Well,
He doesn't have
young.
touch.
He's young.
You don't win the Heisman if you don't have.
He won it by default, and he knows it.
especially-
We said that.
Especially on the West Coast.
Dude,
Especially on the West Coast.
you know he won it by default. You said it. And you can go back to it like episode 9. We knew it. We said it here.
If default means there was no one better, then yes.
Hooker was better up until the point where he got hurt.
Hooker was okay.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I'll give you that.
He was better
yeah.
till. And Bryce Young, if he doesn't lose 2 games and doesn't miss a game and get hurt.
So should
he
the
would-
Raiders
we're not
draft
what it-
Hooker?
No, he's hurt.
I don't think Hooker translates in the NFL.
There's a lot of these dudes that don't translate in the NFL.
I don't.
But
translate.
Stidham's playing, so
Who's the last quarterback McDaniels drafted? Anyone know?
Stidham.
Stidham. Or
Mac Brown.
Mac Brown. What scares me about
As a head coach.
Stidham is that he didn't win the job over Mac Brown. That scares me.
Well, you took Mac Brown at the end of the first round,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you gotta
and
pay him.
you're paying him. He's gonna have that.
But that means
leg up.
that they didn't. I mean, yeah.
And the style. And Belichick's probably got a big say in it since he's
Listen,
the head coach.
we just went down a fucking rabbit hole. Like I don't know where we left off. We're at
NFL news.
DeAndre Hopkins. We're talking about Stidham.
Well, we got into the draft a little bit.
Okay.
I think Caleb goes 1 next year. For now, at least.
Yes.
But if Stroud stays, they're in that playoff. Lock them up.
they're
in the
probably in
playoff.
the playoff anyways.
I like that you say that.
Rafa,
I like
I've
that you
always
say
told
that.
you. I've told you, Ohio State, talent-wise, is 1 or 2 every freaking year. Alabama and Ohio State are the most talented teams for the last 10 years every year.
100%.
Agreed.
Okay, on to the next.
Agreed.
So,
Go Trojans.
Roquan Smith.
Yeah, real quick. You know what annoys the shit out of me about Trojan fans?
Here we go.
Bro,
Here
real
we go.
quick. Because I was at both their last 2 games. Bro, you're going into the 4th quarter up $1 million against Tulane. You start doing this shit.
Up $1 million.
You start doing this. When they start doing
It's
this,
a
they start to
victory.
the victory. What do you do when you lose? You just do this shit? Like,
You know what, man? Listen, Rafa. You know what? Rest in peace.
It's because they
Charles
used to
White.
do that shit at Alamany.
No. Oh,
I saw them do it. Yes, they did.
Actually, they do.
They do,
that.
like fucking morons.
They do that. Actually, there's a story.
Fucking team won 4 games.
There's actually a story behind that. You know why Alamany has those colors? because in 1960 something they couldn't afford uniforms, and USC gave Alimony their used uniforms.
Really?
And that's why they have cardinal and gold.
They couldn't afford uniform, charging fucking kids $2 grand to go there.
Back then, I mean,
Back then it was 800.
no,
Bastards.
in
Thieves.
in the 60s it was
Free.
yeah, probably free. So
Go Trojans. Fight on.
yes, I love it when you do your Trojan fan.
Fight on, Trojans.
I love it because my cousin almost went there.
Yes,
Hey.
'cause my cousin used to be homeless right there, dog. So we fucking
Yeah.
Trojans all the way.
Rafa gets so much USC hate in our comments.
It's all right.
Anything like he says, man,
As
he
soon-
just hates SC.
He just hates SC.
You guys can all check that fucking box. Yes. Yes. Winners.
What about in you did not like him in the
Never.
liner?
Are you kidding? That's when I started to hate them.
Oh, you're such a contrarian.
I started to hate them.
Definitely.
So that means you were a Celtic fan. You were probably a
No.
Braves fan.
Never.
You
Never.
were.
I was always a Dodger fan until 2017.
Let's not
where
go into
Dodger
that.
fans
Let's
came
not go
out.
into that.
Oh my God,
That's
we
another
should be
rabbit
so
hole.
happy we fucking got to the World Series. Shut the
that's-
fuck up.
That's another rabbit hole.
We don't want. We'll do Dodger talk for baseball season.
Yes.
Well, I wanted to talk about one thing Dodgers at some point. Today, but
Oh, go ahead. We're on it. Let's just do it. We're in between segments.
Let's
finish.
finish.
Let's
We
get
have
to the
one more.
playoffs
We have
first.
one
Okay.
more point. We have one more point. That's Roquan Smith, highest paid linebacker ever. 5 years, 100 million, 45 million guaranteed, 60 million
What do
in
you think?
incentives. What do I think? I think Lamar freaking Jackson.
They're out of money.
is going. I guess I'm not going to be a Raven next year.
guess I'm not playing this
Yeah.
weekend, is what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did say that, right? Not playing. It's like,
Now,
okay, oh,
that's something we could talk about. But during the playoffs, we'll hammer that.
By the way, Ebuck said Ravens money line last week.
oh, Ebuk, you were
thank-
close. Only lost by 11.
Thank you for that asterisk. We said to throw an asterisk.
Yeah, is Ebuk on?
Ebuk, how can you
I don't think
ever? That was the worst pick. I hope he didn't put money on that.
You know he did.
Wow, that
100% he did.
made no sense.
100%.
Oh, he's in here.
Is he? He's there?
He said he did.
He did. He did. It's all right,
Ebuk.
Ebuk. We gonna get it back tomorrow, baby.
That was like
Dolphins money line.
Dolphins.
oh,
He didn't
yes,
say that. He didn't
please.
say that, right? No.
Oh.
No, Dolphins will be dead in the water
Listen,
tomorrow.
I have a funny feeling about that game.
What funny feeling do you have?
Dolphins, baby.
Okay,
do
we'll
big
get to that.
The fish.
All right, so Roquan's getting paid.
Yes.
MB, you don't think they're gonna pay Lamar?
I don't think they're gonna pay him. I don't think they're gonna pay him. I think I'm gonna trade him.
Well, you can't trade him as a free agent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they could franchise tag him,
I don't know. If
which
you do
would be
that.
$45 million a year.
That's a lot of dollars.
You just can't let him walk out the door. You can't.
Why you haven't paid him?
I know.
You haven't
And your
paid him.
offense has been horrible without him.
They're horrible anyways. They're a run style offense.
Without him, they've based their whole team around him at this point.
And the guys who back him up they are similar. They're cheap versions of him.
Listen, Eddie Money.
They're off-brand versions. of
Eddie
him.
Money 1 week fired, and I love how he said this. All his pass catchers.
Yeah.
They've
'Cause
never
he
given
meant
him.
fullbacks and running backs as
They've
well.
never given him two good receivers.
Maybe
ever.
nobody wants to go there and play.
You could draft them. They have no choice if you draft them.
Yeah, they don't miss on drafts.
Listen,
I mean,
DeAndre Hopkins, that would be a place.
Ooh.
for him.
Just
And they don't need a first round pick.
No.
They can give theirs up. That team is good enough. The coach, top to bottom, that franchise,
Michael
top to
Brown,
bottom.
that's a great call.
Look at Michael fucking Brown, dude.
Yes, and Bizzles.
What does Brown do for you?
And Bizzles for shizzles.
I like that.
I
Because
do
the
like
Ravens,
that.
the Ravens are good enough on defense. Yeah, you go out and
Okay,
get Hopkins.
what time is it? How are we on time?
Don't worry about the
He always
time.
says
You just
overtime.
flow. Just
Okay.
flow, brother.
So now let's get into our next
We got a
segment.
million viewers on there tonight. You just fucking roll with it, baby.
Let's go
Fred
into
said, Fred says franchise and trade him, but they will sign him.
Fred's a Ravens fan.
Oh, invalid.
my mom's also. a
Fred
Ravens
hates
fan.
Lamar, by the way.
My mom has.
Fred hates Lamar. Fred is a Ravens fan who doesn't like Lamar.
My mom put Ravens to win the Super Bowl. She has money on that.
Okay, go buy her out for 50 cents. Buy her ticket back for 50 cents. Mom, you're dead in the water.
I think she'd take it. So
Yeah.
let's go into our most popular segment, brought to you by our biggest sponsor right here, customcars.com. Custom with the K, cars with the Z.com. I've had a bunch of people come up to me and like, dude, Rafa has trucks on trucks. He has Lightnings. He has Shelbys. He has Eddie Bauer editions.
Those we don't have.
Two
Lightnings were out of stock now.
You don't have Eddie Bauer Explorer.
Not anymore. They were done. They were done.
The green with the brown. Remember those?
You remember
That
those?
was a
Or
thing.
the white with the brown, the
Yeah,
black,
that was
you had the burgundy one.
Yes.
Fuck.
That was a thing.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Ford gave away with that.
go check out that website. If you're looking for a badass truck, a badass car, the website is so well put together. It's really easy to navigate. And if you need a car, right there, customcars.com. And that's our sponsor for our most popular segment. Props to them. And if you go and mention Two Nobodies with the mic, what are you getting, Rafa?
We'll give you $1,000 off. If you come this weekend, we'll give you $2,000 off.
Whoa!
It's Martin Luther King weekend. We got to have some sales, right?
That's right.
Get down there.
You know,
Shanae.
we don't have Juneteenth sales yet.
We
but
need a car now.
We will.
If you have a dream to save 2,000, head on over.
Yes.
Head on over, but don't come get a Rover.
So, let's go into our NFL wild card weekend, man. This is so awesome. Saturday, we have our Saturday games. We have Rafa's most hated city,
Oh,
Seahawks. Oh, here we go.
this is based on pure hate.
Seahawks versus the Niners. Niners minus 9.5. Over under 42. Odie, if you're out there, Odie, this is where we want you to call in because we want you to fight for your life here. Has he been on it all, Eddie?
Yeah, he's probably still in here.
Okay,
you wanna
Odie.
go over your blue chip while we wait for him.
Yeah,
go
so
over your
my
blue
blue
chip.
chip in this game, Niners minus 9.5. Niners, both games this year, outscored them 48-20. Covered both very easy. They're on fire. I think Seattle's just happy to be there. They showed a clip today on McAfee's Instagram. They're jumping around. Carroll's rolling around in a scooter
McAfee?
on the McAfee Instagram. He's like the virus?
Yeah.
The virus program?
Yes.
No, on Pat McAfee's
I'm going to start
Instagram.
dressing like Pat McAfee. A suit that's up to here and a V-neck that goes down to my belly button.
There you go.
Or a tank top.
Shanae's like, what is that guy wearing?
Anything he wants at this point.
Yeah,
Whatever
I
he
guess.
wants.
Show
So
you right.
I like the Niners. They've crushed them this year. Niners are hot. I think they're the best team in the NFC.
I do too.
So
I do too. I'm just going to throw a stat out.
I heard the stat. Let's hear
the
it.
stat. So the last like 10 or 12 years, if a team has more than a 7 game win streak going into the playoffs in the NFC, they lost in the first round. I don't see that happening. But I mean, listen, gambling is about trends. Trends are meant to be broken.
what's your take on this one?
I like Niners to cover. I wouldn't even go money line. I would go cover.
Geno Smith is going to show up with a flannel shirt and a Nirvana freaking shirt underneath that.
They haven't closed. They didn't close the season very, very good.
They didn't. They
didn't close.
They were
great.
hot.
They barely sneaked out that game.
They barely won.
They sneaked out that game against Baker.
Yeah, against the Rams.
Yeah. So,
How
I
we
mean-
how we looking, Eddie Money?
Good. Want me to get him?
Yeah, get
Odie on the line. Let's hear Odie's take on his boys.
Odie's our biggest fan.
Odie is our number one.
Shout out to Antonio Morales who shared our story and is asking. He's trying to spread the good word of Two Nobodies with the mic. I hope he's watching. Antonio Morales, great job. Thank you for your support, buddy.
You ever want to call in, bud?
Yes.
Zach also said he was right about the Seahawks.
Oh,
Yeah, he was
God.
right. He
Yeah.
was right. They make the playoffs. He thought he said they would win the fucking division. So
Yes.
Zach, you were 50-50.
Zach loves to poke the bear right here.
He loves.
There's nothing. He's
The
like,
thing is, this bear.
I could read Rafa like a
Yeah,
book.
he's like a salmon though, and I'm a fucking bear. That's the difference.
Damn,
Swimming
Zach.
upstream.
Exactly. In a stream of fucking 6 inches of water.
Zach,
Daddy coming to get it.
All right, we should have Odie on.
What's up, Odie?
Yep. What up? What up?
Oh man,
what's
Odie
up,
sounds good.
Odie? So,
What's
Odie,
going on?
trip it
What's
on
up?
this. So, we're going over our NFL wild card weekend, and the first game that we're talking about is Seahawks in San Francisco. San
The
Francisco,
gold rush, baby.
the gold.
That gold rush.
You know what? I hope so.
Been a fan since 1912.
Odie, you're a Niner fan, right? Right.
That's right.
You don't do the whole Niner gang bang bang thing, do you?
No.
That is the
That
worst.
sounded
shit.
wrong along the lines, right?
Because no, they do that.
Number,
Niner gang bang bang. It's so stupid.
I thought it was something else.
Was our
You gotta put a
representative.
comma in there.
Yeah. Pause.
I think it's Bang Bang Niner Gang.
I didn't say gang bang, did I?
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
you
That's
did.
exactly what you said.
I did
Twice.
not.
Dude,
Niner
twice.
Family show,
gang,
family
bang,
show.
bang.
Well, listen, as a
Yeah.
Raider fan, that's probably subconsciously.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. So go. Yeah. Well, so Odie, we wanted to bring you on. You always have knowledge, especially of your team. What do you think is going to happen here, my player?
Well, okay. So divisional games always scare me, and then playoff divisional game, right? You're playing the team that you play. You know, you've already played them twice. We whooped them. We beat them twice. I don't know if you guys remember last year, we beat the Rams twice, and when we faced them the third time, which was in the
Yeah, you did us
NFC
all
championship game.
a disservice
You
by
know.
losing to the stupid ass Rams.
Yeah, so but obviously that was the Rams Super Bowl champs, ended up being the Super Bowl champs. Seahawks are not even close. We should roll them. I'm not too worried about that. To be honest with you, I think I don't know
Look at
what the
Odie.
over
Sounds
under.
confident as fuck.
Yeah, I don't
I
know,
sent you
big time.
details
Check this
number.
out.
He wants to
Check
chat.
this out. I don't know what the over under is with Brock Purdy, but I'm thinking 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
thinking
42. It's 42, and that offense has been rolling.
I mean,
No, I mean him in passing touchdowns.
You think he's going to throw 3
I think
touchdowns?
it's over under pass.
You'd like that?
1.5.
Oh, 3 touchdowns.
what do you think?
McCaffrey,
is
a little
they're gonna
fucking,
run.
Is
a little
Debo-
reverse with Debo.
Is Debo 100%?
Oh, he
I
played
mean, I
last
think
week.
you know what. I'm going to be honest. I think he was already ready, but since they were
Look at
rolling,
that.
there was no reason to rush him back.
I feel Odie's like a fucking Niner insider for the gangbang.
Listen to me. I don't want to say this right now, but me and John Lynch, we're on the phone every day.
Oh, I love it. Look at Odie.
Odie shows up to John Lynch's door and he's like, "I'm here for the gangbang."
Hey, by the way, real quick, I'll take the answer off air, right?
I love it.
I just want to defend. Look, Adams is better than Debo, but it's not by much. It's not
What?
by much. Debo, listen. Wait, listen.
Did you
The
fall
only
off
difference
your
is-
rocker?
Listen. It's because we line up Debo as a running back. That's why they don't respect him. But he does it all.
No.
He does it all.
So Odie, I said this on episode 10. So I agree. Debo Samuel last year, and I told you this, the last 4 games of the season last year, Debo Samuel was the best football player in the NFL. He
Yes.
carried that effing team.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
everything. He
Yes.
was a monster. But he's not as good as a receiver.
As
A receiver.
Devontae
We
Adams.
said receiver. If you're talking football player,
That's
I
the thing. and
I
that's
might
the
give it to
problem.
Debo.
And that's the problem.
Oh, he's
right?
a better overall football player. I
Yeah,
can agree with you
yeah,
there.
but not receiver.
He's not better than Chase. He's not better than Jefferson.
I get it,
He's
I
not
get
better
it.
than Adams.
Yeah.
Probably not even
at
better
the end
than
of the day-
Hopkins.
Listen, at the end of the day,
No.
who's in the playoffs? Let's
I
go.
agree with you.
Oh.
Later, bud. Later, bud. He closed it with a Niner gangbang.
So you know what we forgot to do? Odie, when you come on the show, you have to say who you are, where you're from, and how many beers you've had. So
Okay. No, listen. Unfortunately today, no drinks.
no Shirley Temples.
No Shirley Temples today. Calling Lancaster, California. Out here in the high
Lancaster.
desert.
West
The
Lancaster.
high
West Lancaster.
desert.
East or west?
The
You gotta
high
know.
desert.
Yeah.
East or west?
No, he's West Lancaster. West Lancaster.
West side.
Yeah, Odie's in the West side.
Listen, I'm too city folk to go to the east side. I wouldn't survive it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Odie, Brock Purdy's passing touchdowns is 1.5.
1.5, Odie. What do you
he's
think
going
about that?
3.
He's going
Going
3.
3.
It's
Well,
minus
Odie's
109.
Odie's blue chipping.
It's only at minus 109, so lock it in.
Wow,
Man.
look at Odie.
Odie, thank you for calling in, brother. You sounded amazing. You know, I'm kind of bummed because I love when Odie's here. Odie and E-Buck, when they come,
Oh, they're
they bring an amazing bottle of tequila.
always.
And they almost finish it. I have 4 bottles of really good tequila that have this much in it. So I'm kind of bummed.
We're gonna take enough until you fill it up with what's left over.
Yay. All right.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
Thanks,
All right, guys,
Odie.
have a good night.
Hey, Odie.
All right. So I think we've covered that. Now, We have a lot to talk about in this next game.
Oh, this next game.
There's so much on the line, and I think I already told you how I feel about it. But here we go. Chargers
Jags.
versus the Jags. Jags are in Jacksonville, and the Chargers are road favorites. -2.5. Over under 47 and a hook. This is on Sunday, correct?
No, this is tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
Oh, this is yes. This is the second Saturday game.
This is the tomorrow night's prime time game.
Oh, what a great game!
Line didn't change after Mike Williams was declared out either.
So that line actually opened at 2, went to 1 on Tuesday, and I think by Tuesday Vegas knew that they for them there wasn't a factor. I think they had it. They
I think
moved
it's
it. It went back
factored
to
in,
2.
too.
Yeah, I think the line was factored in that he wasn't playing. So we thought it was going to be a 2, right, Mike? During the week on the group chat, we thought it was going to be like in there 2-3.
It's close.
Yeah, so the Chargers actually have dominated this series overall. Their only loss in their last 10 games to Jacksonville was this season. That 38-10 game at home, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna blue chip this game. I'm gonna give you the information I have on the game, and you do whatever you want.
I
with
think
it.
that's really smart.
Chargers are 5-0 in Jacksonville, undefeated in Jacksonville. 9-1 the last 10 head to head against the spread. They've dominated. Overs 47. Their last 7 against Jacksonville, 6-1 to the over. You do with that what you want. It sounds
Yes.
like San Diego to the over. Coaching for me is an issue there.
Yes.
So that game, I'm going to bet it. I'm going to tease the Chargers. That's what I'm doing.
I agree. I'm honestly, I'm just going quarterbacks. I like Herbert more than.
Then
Trevor Lawrence.
They said the
are you out of your
loser has
mind?
to shake
Why would
their
you
head.
even do that? Why did Trevor Lawrence? Like if we said Tua and he does that
I-
bullshit, right? He came out. Right, by the way, Tua fans, Dolphins fans, this man right here came out week 8 or 9, 10, said Tua was better than Herbert.
He was
Tua
was top
hasn't been the
3.
same since.
Miraculously, that's off your YouTube page. I don't know who deleted that.
Oh, did you have that deleted?
Listen.
No, I'm just kidding.
Tua's had some head issues.
I think it was your fault.
It might have been my
I
fault.
think you owed
Listen,
him.
I think in week 8 I apologized and said I was dead wrong. Okay,
All right.
I was wrong about that. I hate the Chargers.
It wasn't week 8. It was episode 8. You might have said that.
Yes, that's
you
what I
were dead
meant.
wrong.
That's what I meant.
So, and you got to take on this game, just Herbert.
I would take Chargers to cover because of Herbert.
I saw on Instagram that moron, what's his name?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Ocho?
No,
Acho?
I
Brothers?
can't stand that guy. The Herd guy.
Oh,
Colin
He
Cowherd.
said that Herbert would have an impressive playoff debut, blah, blah, blah. So
I agree.
I could see that.
I do.
What do you
so
think? What do you
he
think,
went
Eddie
out
Money?
on a limb there.
Yeah,
I know.
It was a good game to watch. I like the over.
I think it's going to be the highest scoring game of the weekend.
I think
Yes.
Colin Cowherd also said that LaDainian Thompson would have freaking 3 touchdowns.
In that game, he's going to throw for 1, rush for 2, throw for 1.
I mean, that dude, if you watch every week, he just gives like a random fucking stat he's so wrong.
Does he watch the games?
Well,
I don't think he does.
I think he's handed things, but you have so many producers on the
How?
show.
No, there's no way.
Bro, but you have to watch
There's
the
no
games. You
way-
can hand me whatever you want, but
There's no way he's handed this shit. All the wrong facts that he always says. There's no way he's handed that. That is shit.
or they fired that producer.
That is
already.
shit.
Yeah.
That is shit that he thinks he knows, and he's wrong. I guarantee you, they're telling him, dude, stop.
so many clips of him like talking about like
Like,
what players playing, and he's not even.
and there's not even on the team.
Or he's,
Oh,
like,
is that a
declared
thing?
Out.
That's why
yeah.
I
definitely a
said he
thing.
probably said
There's so
LaDainian
many.
Thompson's gonna
Oh,
have
so
3
his producer's
touchdowns.
got to suck then. The guy he's
That's
got in
what-
his ear sucks.
No, it's
You
not.
need to apply for that
It
gig.
might be the producers because his co-host has a couple times also said some
Yeah,
pretty
Jason McIntyre
false information.
said some stuff, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're right." And it's like the wrong thing,
It's
both
like,
of them.
Dude, yeah, I would hope it's not the producers. Your job, like we can say some stupid shit and be wrong about it because we're just saying it off the cuff. That's their job. They get paid millions of dollars
Plus, I
and
think
have
they all
meetings.
And they sit with like computers in front of them.
Yeah,
and shit, right?
yeah. I think it's him thinking he knows shit that he doesn't know.
He's in fucking La La Land. I like your take.
Eddie, I hope you don't leave us, but I guarantee you'd freaking kill
You'd get that
job.
gig.
You'd get that gig. So my take on this game, as a Raider fan, I want the Chargers to win
Because you want them to keep Staley.
because I want them to keep Staley. And
I want the Chargers to win.
imagine Sean Payton with that freaking roster. We're not going to go there yet.
We're not doing that yet. I want the Chargers to win because my favorite uncle.
Because you smell of a Charger fan.
I used to have Charger season tickets. My favorite uncle, Laito.
Laito, what's up,
who
player?
said he would be watching. He wanted me to hear him. He wanted to hear me say he's my favorite uncle. My favorite uncle's a Charger fan, and he's blinded by the light sometimes.
Laito, what's up, player?
What up? What up?
Ibate is going with the Chargers.
Oh fuck! Bye
And
bye.
an alternative over.
I might watch this game tomorrow night with Odie and Ebuck. By the way, that might be crazy. So I will not let them influence me.
You might. So I can see the future. Rafa's going to be throwing them in both in the freaking bathroom together.
Guaranteed.
Get your ass in the bathroom.
Guaranteed.
So that's all we have to say. Big John, you have anything to say about that game?
no.
No.
We got a Dolphins fan waiting for the next game
Oh,
right here. Get
yes,
closer to my
over here.
game
Gabe.
because that's the next game up.
Gabe can't wait. So now we're going to our Sunday games. Dolphins in Buffalo. Big number. Bills minus 13.5. Over under 43 and a hook, Rafa.
That line's been moving.
Yes.
Started at 11. It's now at 13 and a half. Dude.
I have a feeling.
You have a feeling what? Tell me your feeling.
I don't know, man.
You think they can win this game?
No, oh my.
There's no chance this team wins this game.
Listen, me and Odie.
I'm going to blue chip this game based
There
off
you
of...
go.
Dude, did you watch the Dolphins game last week? Dude, they
Horrible.
look terrible, dude.
Horrible.
They look terrible. And then this kid, to me, it was like they're interviewing him after the game, and he's like, yeah, because, blah, blah. And he's just like, when he's speaking, you just, like, they're interviewing, whoever, Brock Purdy after throwing 3 touchdowns. Like, that's what he sounded like. Like, bro, you didn't even get up. You didn't score a touchdown.
Listen, I know how crazy. I don't know. What I'm saying makes no sense. I just have this weird feeling. That's all I'm saying.
Just go to the bathroom then if you got that weird feeling.
I was gonna say, at least you're acknowledging it makes zero.
It makes
sense.
zero sense. It does.
I think the Bills, just based off of what I saw last week from the Dolphins, they couldn't move the ball at all. They couldn't score. They couldn't do shit. They got that lucky cover there at the end. There's a mush out there that had, the Jets +4.
Yes.
And that went south in a hurry.
Yes.
I like the Bills to cover this line and absolutely
Blue chip?
I'm blue chipping.
Blue chip. that
Buffalo
shit.
minus 13.5. I think they dominate this game. Start to finish, they dominate this game. What do you think?
Gabe.
You're a Dolphins fan.
Let it be known he's a fish fan.
He's a fish.
Big time Dolphins fan. Been a Dolphins fan since Tannehill went there. And even before that.
Really? That's what did it for you?
Not even
Tannehill.
before
He's
that.
fucking
Before
like
that.
12.
I'm only 21.
It's a guy named
Like
Marino.
it wasn't a Dan Marino.
I didn't know Dan Marino until I did my history. Only team to ever go 17-0, the Miami Dolphins, and win a Super Bowl. But as
1971,
much
baby.
of a Fins fan I am, I'm also a realist. And the reality of it is, with a third-string quarterback, Skylar Thompson, as much as I love the dude and I wish he balls out, stranger things have happened. We have the Miami Miracle where we beat the Patriots in a series of laterals to go ahead and get that W. Bills are a powerhouse. Bills are a juggernaut, and they got a lot to play for with DeMar Hamlin.
They do.
God bless his soul, waking up and stabilizing himself. And they have a lot to play for. I'm a Fins fan. I hope the Miami Dolphins win.
But you're even agreeing with Rafa, is what you're saying.
But the odds are stacked up against us quite
Largely.
quite immensely.
Hugely.
Yeah, and the team without Tua is just not the same team.
No.
Or
No.
with two of them, some say. So, thank you, Gabe, for your input.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you have also. I'm out on an island.
What do you think about this game, MB?
I don't think. I honestly would take Dolphins to cover, but Bills are gonna roll, and then they're gonna just kind of hang back and ride out the W.
I think Buffalo rolls them.
I'm still seconding that weird feeling though, because that weird feeling it might be 1% of me,
I have a weird feeling too. It might be the masala wings from
Crazy
from Julio's.
a crazy hot take since we're on the topic of Miami Dolphins football. And you mentioned, Lamar Jackson dipping.
I saw
later
that.
On.
I did see that as well.
I would, as a Fins fan, would love to have Lamar on the Miami Dolphins.
With those two receivers,
There's
those
so-
running backs, that
there's
coach,
so many
that could work.
quarterbacks.
That could work.
And he takes B-Tap.
My
Ask him what he wants to talk about.
my freaking every team, every quarterback is connected with Miami because it looks like it's a plug and
Like
go.
it's just a plug and
It's
go.
a plug and go. Carr. I've heard Carr. I've heard
Carr
Brady.
is not the guy for
I've
that.
heard Brady. I've heard Lamar. I mean, I've heard who? I mean, anyone you go into that. It's a
With those receivers and
they have a good defense.
And the coach,
Yeah.
the, the style of the coach.
Yeah.
And they have a good defense.
Another interesting thing about Lamar, he was actually he went to high school in South Florida.
Yeah, he did.
Born and raised in South Florida.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
He was a Dolphins fan growing up, from what I've been told, and I couldn't think of a better place for him to.
Check
Not
all.
that he hasn't had an illustrious career already, but to just go over there and solidify with a dude like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle.
I mean, think about it. He's
coach
never
like
had
that
receivers
game.
like that.
Oh, a lot of people haven't had receivers like that.
Yeah, good point.
He's got to be willing to take $30 million, not 40 though.
Yes.
Hey, I don't know if he's willing to do that, but
But
You know what, man? Like
Michael Brown's a salary cap specialist.
he
here.
is. He is. Michael Brown's all. So Michael Brown's in real estate. If anyone is in Santa Clarita and you are looking to purchase or sell a home, and he goes all over Southern California, this guy is top of the line. Go ahead, Michael Brown. Give your handle out, Michael. Or
my real estate market update.
yes, yes. And he's the best. Michael Brown is a professional.
Only the best.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not going to get too into it, but inventory's rebuilding. Rates are kind of stabilizing. There's different programs lenders offer to kind of get your rate close to what it was before everyone kind of.
But how can they reach you?
Oh, easy.
I didn't ask you for a fucking breakdown of the fucking real estate market.
Hey, I'm doing my job. But just call me, text me 661-305-0067. We'd love to answer any questions you got. And
Look at that.
That's all I'm
Michael
gonna-
Brown, let me
Giving
tell
out
you.
digits, baby.
Michael Brown
Watch out, those
is
Niner gangbang fans are going to call.
the best, the best real estate guy in Southern California.
Guaranteed.
Can't
Book
zing,
it.
can't zing anymore now.
What's going on to
got
that
your
next
number
one?
So we've got that covered. This is another great game. Giants in Minnesota with some shorter pap. The Vikings -3, 48 and a hook. Who doesn't love some shorter pap from Minnesota?
What is your input on this game?
Well,
I want to hear it.
I think the Giants win this game.
That's what I thought you would say. What do you think?
I'd like Vikings.
That's what I thought.
Giants.
See?
Giants money line.
Well, it doesn't
See?
really matter. Listen, I introduced you as the guru because
I just wanted to make sure I was on the right side.
you try.
I feel after hearing you say you like the
Oh, now
Giants,
you know.
now I feel good. I think the public is going to be on the Giants. They feel that.
Yeah.
I think Minnesota's going to win the game. 3 is pretty. I think 3 is the right number. I can see them winning by a field goal.
That's definitely a good number.
3 or 4. I don't see them dominating the game, but I do see them winning the game.
I think it's all about coach. I just think Dable's a great coach.
I think he's an
that's
awesome coach.
That's the only thing. As far as team goes, obviously but Minnesota lets everybody hang around. They don't close anybody out.
I agree with you.
And the only reason I feel Giants is because of Dable. That being said, I love the Giants. Go with Rafa.
I like the Vikings, and I probably want to say that the NFC East might not even win a playoff game this year.
Woo! I love that.
That would be 0-3, by the way,
So
if they don't win one. I think Minnesota's going to win this game. I think they're going to be able to get the ball. Cook's going to go off. Justin Jefferson is, my God, he's good, isn't he?
oh, he's so good, man.
Best receiver in football right now, I think.
So
I'm gonna go out
he
there.
almost. I mean, he was almost He's an MVP candidate. I mean,
Okay.
as far as a non-quarterback, I mean,
Oh, non-quarterback, for sure.
yeah. That's how good he is, man.
He's very good. I
And
like
he
the
was-
Vikings.
I think he was drafted 27th, with 3 receivers, Ruggs being one of them, Judy being one of them, a bunch of receivers taken before him.
Jalen Rieger and CeeDee Lamb.
Jalen Rieger.
Yeah, that was.
and
that
CD
was
Lamb.
trash.
And
CD Lamb's pretty good. Let's not.
he ain't no Justin Jefferson.
Thank you.
No.
Amen.
Nobody's Justin Jefferson. Chase is there,
That's what I'm
but
saying.
that's about it.
That's what I'm saying.
But I
That's
like
what-
Minnesota. I like Minnesota minus the 3. You're probably going to end up with a push.
Yeah.
You can maybe backdoor a little win there. I don't think the Giants are going to be, as good as people think they are. And a lot of people are taking them. That's the Vegas pick.
Do you sign? And
the
I'll
Giants.
ask you this: do you actually bring that quarterback back? Do you bring Danny Dimes back?
After this year, what would you do?
I just
Who do you get?
I go get someone in the draft.
Yeah, but
No.
what's their draft pick? 20?
I-
25?
It
They're
doesn't-
somewhere in the
It doesn't
20s.
matter. I think he's better than the Duke graduate. I think that the coach is so good. He's done what he's done with Danny Dimes.
I don't agree with that.
I don't see him being the quarterback of the future.
Go get Derek Carr.
Go get Derek Carr, and then we'll.
Send a one over there. So
He could never handle New York.
Oh, no, are you
He
kidding?
could never. Yes.
Never.
Yes.
I
He
forgot
could-
about that.
He could
No.
never.
No.
handle that.
I'm out of here.
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Post something on Instagram, David.
You can't talk to me like that.
No, that's. I think they made the playoffs. Would they win 10 games?
Yeah, but that's coaching too. I agree with that.
I agree. He's one of the better coaches in the league this year.
He's done more with less.
Could he be coach of the year?
He should be in contention. I don't know if
He should be. I think he might win it. Actually,
Well, the guy from Philadelphia
Yeah, I
is
was
probably
gonna
going to win
say
it.
Phil-
Philly maybe yes, but
Sirianni
he
deserves it,
He
I
should
think.
be right there. So
Peterson from
yeah.
Jacksonville.
No, that's another.
And-
those two, I think, they're only front runners for that.
yeah.
So
So let's go into Sunday Night Football, which
Ravens, Bengals.
Ravens Bengals. It's my sister also put a future bet. My sister every year. My sister loves Vegas. She goes to the South Point. Now, Michelle, I hope you're listening. Every year she puts money on the Bengals, except one last year. Every year she does it. I mean, the Bengals have been horrible, and she asked Zach to put $100 on the Bengals last year,
To win
and he didn't do it.
Woof. Well,
And that would
they
have
didn't
been
win.
big
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, that would have been a lot
That
of
would have
money.
been big money.
Ouch.
But
Preseason?
she made sure. She told me this time. She's like, Eddie, can you take care of that? I said, I got you. I will put that in for
And
you.
you put it in for her.
Yes,
Okay.
because Zach fumbled the ball,
And that would have been. That had to have been at least plus 4,000. Plus.
I might have been 7 or 9.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez, Zach.
It might have been plus
Fumble
9,000.
Rooski.
Yeah.
Talk about a salmon move, huh?
Yeah.
Salmon.
So, Ravens in Cincy, Bengals minus 9.5. Over under.
This line's been moving all week.
Yeah.
Too. Started 6.5, now 9.5. Hundley's. I don't know if Hundley's playing.
Who else would play?
He's been practicing in limited this week.
Oh, so he's probably going to play.
Yeah.
He's gonna play.
So now the crazy thing about this game is all the trends point to the under. Under 4-0
teams, yes.
last 4 wild card games for the Bengals. I mean for the Ravens. 9-1 to the under on the last 10 games on turf. The only game that went over last week, Bengals Ravens.
Wow,
Okay, all the other ones.
that's crazy.
Bengals 5-0 last 5 games, last 5 wild card games, 8-0 last 8 playoff games to the under for the Bengals. And last year on their playoff run, on their Super Bowl run, where they didn't win but they got there,
Yeah.
all the games went under.
Wow,
The under sits at 40.5.
I would have never thought that would
Crazy
go.
for that team, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
The defense was really good that nobody
Yeah.
nobody realized. So that's one thing I'd bet in that game. I unfortunately thought Lamar was playing, so I have a bet in
I
Vegas.
can't believe he's not playing.
Me too. I have a bet in Vegas already. I did earlier in the week, Ravens plus 6.5. So I'm dead there probably. And I also have
Maybe-
it on a teaser plus 12.5 in Vegas as well. So I might be dead there.
Maybe
But-
Lamar does a
No, he's not
a
playing.
mud bowl, Bobby Boucher, because at halftime. You remember when Lamar Jackson came out and beat the Cincinnati Bengals at halftime?
Now,
What
listen,
a great story that would be, right?
going back to what Odie was saying, divisional game in the playoffs, Ravens defense isn't a bunch of bums. Okay?
No.
So you're not playing. It's not like the Niners and the Seahawks game. I think right. These teams are a lot close. If Lamar was playing, I think the line would be a lot closer.
Obviously,
yeah, for sure. So I mean, the game. Forget the line. The game would be a lot closer. So
go ahead, Eddie Money. What do you have to say about this?
Steve Lopez says Bengals won by 17 since Lamar's out.
Woo, Steve Lopez,
nice.
my guy. So now
I don't disagree with that. I bet it early, so I'm dead in the water.
So
24-7.
the last game on our docket is Monday Night Football. Bucks in Dallas.
No, actually, it's not. It's Dallas in Tampa.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
It is in Tampa.
Dallas in Tampa. Tampa plus 2.5.
Yes.
Total 45.5. You have a take on this one or not yet?
My only take is I just always want the Cowboys to lose. So
Me too. I second that as well.
just take that for
second that
yes.
as well. And you know what happens if they lose, right? The Cowboys, if they lose this game, all the fans, well, we lost to Brady, so it's like it doesn't matter because we lost to Brady. No, you fucks, you were favored on the road, which means that Vegas thinks that you're at least 5.5 points better than Brady.
Oh yeah.
But we weren't supposed to win because we never beat Brady and Rodgers. That's how they think.
I love Rafa's.
That's
impression.
how they fucking think.
Yes.
So I was watching something on Instagram or whatever, and Evans in mid game. It's in the game. It might have been last week against Atlanta. I don't know. But in the game, Evans says, "Oh, you know you're 6-0 against the Cowboys," or he says you're undefeated against Cowboys. Yeah, what?
Because Evans is mic'd up.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
somebody's there right behind him, right? And he goes,
Okay.
"Oh, you're 6-0 against them." He goes, "Yeah, I knew that because I saw it this week." So Brady's 6-0 against the Cowboys.
He's 7-0.
7-0. There it is. So
mean-
Mike was wrong. They were both wrong, but they knew they were Brady knew. He was
Yeah,
undefeated.
Brady corrected him. He's like, yeah, I'm 7-0.
Oh, he said that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that
That's
part.
crazy.
Oh,
So
Jesus,
listen, I
so
mean,
he knows.
think about what Brady's actually gone through this season. Going through, I mean, I've never been through one, but everyone says divorces are, I mean, they're brutal. This dude went through a divorce in the middle of a football season, and he made the playoffs. And I'm as a Raider fan, I'm pulling for Brady. I'm pulling for him, and
I always pull for Brady. And it's a high-profile divorce.
yeah, it's tough.
It's not like it wasn't.
Oh man, it's tough. I mean, Giselle's going out with her jiu-jitsu freaking instructor.
Let's just go to Costa Rica and do some
Yes, I want to
stretches.
work on my bottom guard.
Yes.
Yes,
I like Tampa in this game.
throw in FTX and
Yeah, then throw in FTX, by the way. Who knows how much money?
Yeah, he's got a lot of drama on his
yeah.
plate.
I heard 45 million.
Wow.
Yeah, I've heard that too. And Gronk isn't there. His buddy, his road dog, for the first time, isn't there with him. I mean,
What do you think on this game? Who do you think, if you had to, who you're picking?
I'm with Eddie. I hate the Cowboys.
So you like Tampa to win the
Tampa.
game? You doing Tampa?
But
too?
logic says that Cowboys should win this game.
Yes.
Logic says that the Cowboys should win this game.
Yes.
Logic says that Dak should be a better quarterback than leading the league in interceptions
Yes.
with 5 less games than everyone else.
Logic says I shouldn't have had 6 pieces of pizza.
And then
tonight.
yeah, and the masala wings, although very delicious, by the way.
Very delicious.
So that I like Tampa as well. I'm not blue chipping it, but Monday Night Football on a holiday.
What a great freaking
What a great idea!
What a great
by the league.
schedule, man. This is so good. So that is our NFL.
Oh, you said we them girls. Sorry, you buck.
We
Oh.
them girls. Wow. It's funny because they're best friends and they're Niner and
Cowboy fans, right? And
That
they're
makes-
best
yeah.
friends forever.
Steve Lopez says Bucks 28-24.
Look, he's
Ooh,
giving us some insider
Steve,
information.
yeah, it's-
we might have to get a segment.
Someone bet exact score.
Yeah,
Wow.
28-24. If he asterisk that, if he hits that, we got to get him on the show.
Steve, let me say, buddy, we're asking that, and if you are right, you're invited to sit in that chair right next week.
Yes, sir.
So that is our NFL rundown brought to you by CustomCars.com. Custom with the K, cars with the Z. Go check that out. And, we had a special segment planned about, and this is why we wanted to bring M. Bizzles in here, because there's so much talk and so much speculation about a certain coach, Sean Payton. Look at By the way, I hope you're prepared because this dude has notes here.
I just got a couple.
He has
But he
freaking notes.
he has to know them already.
So I went to go watch my granddaughter on when did it rain?
Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Fucking every day this week. We were in Seattle, I felt.
Yeah. So I went to go, watch the Gucci Mama, and we're talking about football, and Michael Brown's like, dude, Sean Payton. I'm like, why in the F would Sean Payton ever go to Denver and get into this situation? And then I'm not going to. So, Michael Brown, why would Sean Payton, out of all these teams that he has, why would he go to the Denver Broncos?
So I'm saying this assuming Chargers and Cowboys don't.
So you admit those are better jobs?
No, I just think Chargers I think is a better job
Right.
than Denver, but Cowboys no, because you got to deal with Jerry, and I don't think
yeah,
he
I
has
wouldn't
say
wanna
on
j-
anything,
I agree with
and that's
that.
what Sean wants.
Right.
And I think that the new owners of the Broncos, Walton family,
The Waltons, I think you might have heard of them.
might
Some little mom and pop store called Walmart.
a couple billion here and there, but
They're all rich, by the way.
Yeah, they're all have a couple billion.
I know
Like 8 of them.
they're all on like the top 10 list.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my thoughts on this is pretty simple. Basically the factors that he's looking for is ownership. Okay, well, we have the most money. Not that money equals everything, but I think that we're willing to turn the keys over to him and only him, and potentially pay him more than anyone else could.
Eddie Money, real quick, can you look up who is the richest owner in the
The
NFL?
Waltons. It's done.
Yeah,
It's
it's
done.
Well, okay, I guess we
smack
didn't.
it, flip it, and
I
rub it
just,
down.
it sounded like it made sense.
Yeah. They're not the richest in sports, but the richest in the NFL is the Waltons. Denver.
That's a bold statement.
No, it's not that bold.
I think the Clippers owner,
Steve Ballmer.
Ballmer. I think
Is
he's
he the richest?
in
Oh, really?
sports.
Correct on both.
Look at Mike Brown. He's like a fucking encyclopedia.
With no notes in front of him.
I just got the
Money
rundown.
man.
That's why you had to hire him as a real estate agent.
But anyways, I mean, okay, so you guys are always down on Russell Wilson, and although he had absolutely a horrific season, you cannot go from an MVP candidate to this. You can't regress this much if it's not coaching. This is Hackett. There's no other way
I
around
like.
I said it was I said it was PTSD. I just and it was the only thing that made sense to me.
I like Russell Wilson. I do. All the shit that you guys don't like him for doesn't bother me. I just think he didn't play to his capability this year. We said from fucking like week 5 on that the coach had to go, right?
Yeah.
You couldn't get
Well,
him.
week 2, we hired a coach to help our coach with time management. That's probably the first red flag.
Yeah.
Where like,
Hello.
we might have made
What
a
are you, Joe
mistake.
Gibbs?
You have a top 5 defense. You got weapons all over the field. This to me, and people are gonna say I'm biased. This is a plug and play. This is you bring in a guy that has a proven track record of winning. And Rafa's probably going to give me some stats.
Oh, he's gonna blow
Oh,
your shit out of the water.
100%. Because
There's a reason why if you were going to, poll, people in the NFL of head coaches you would want to coach your team, Sean Payton's going to be at the top of every list.
he is.
Okay.
I don't like him.
I know.
Personal I don't like him.
Not as much as Lincoln Riley though.
He doesn't win. He doesn't win. He don't win, player. He produces Heismans.
Yeah.
Lincoln Riley produces Heismans. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, go back. Sorry.
We're not going to do that.
No.
But he does produce Heismans.
Outside of Chargers, I think Denver is the most attractive spot for Sean.
Which I thought was just
All valid points.
mind blowing. And then Michael Brown's like, okay, he has the most money. So when you have a lot of money as an owner, you can sort of circumvent the salary cap by giving guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of owners don't like to do that
Nope.
because they don't have the money.
Well, when you give guaranteed money, signing bonus, anything like that, you have to show the NFL that you
You
have
have
the
that.
liquid
Right.
available to do so.
See, that shit I didn't know when Michael Brown told me on Tuesday. I didn't-
So that's why when you can give $67 million up front to a player, not every owner, Mark Davis, has $67 million
zinger to the Raider fans.
to give to that player.
No, I understand, and I understand the point that Sean Payton. To me, I just think he's an overrated coach. That's what I think. And because when you have a Hall of Fame quarterback and you won
Brees.
one Super Bowl in that entire time, and you had 3 seasons in a row of 7 and 9, 3 in a row, not one, not
Kind
two.
of got screwed by that one horrific.
I agree with you. The Rams game,
Yeah.
the Rams game was terrible, right?
Yeah.
And then the other heartbreak in what was the Minnesota game?
Oh, that's another one. I forgot about that one.
Yeah. So that was 2, right? But
That's 2.
that was 2.
That
So,
would have got them in the Super Bowl.
with results to one Super Bowl win. I just think for a team like Denver that already gave up so much to get Russell Wilson, now to give up another first-round pick for a guy who's not going to play because
Yeah.
it's a coach,
Yeah.
to me seems brutal to do that to the franchise.
Michael Brown
And
says it's a plug-and-play situation.
You feel some people feel like it's a plug and play. Let's say you plug him in. They are still the third best team in the division at best.
I think we're second.
No way you think you're better than the Chargers roster wise.
Yes. It doesn't matter. It's coaching. Look at Staley. For
Yeah,
all the
with-
reasons we
if
talked
Sta-
about
if
earlier.
Staley- if Staley
he
stays-
sucks, he sucks, and the roster was still good enough to win 10 games,
Good point, Michael Briz.
and they were hurt.
Well, this is why we have
They're
debate.
hurt because the coach freaking plays
let me ask you
the
something.
quarterback when he has broken
And
ribs.
now- so now the Broncos go and they get Peyton, they give up the first round pick, and the Raiders
The
go
Raiders.
and get whatever, Aaron Rodgers, just for sake. Now, who is the third best team in the division?
I think Raiders. I think Chargers would finish last.
There's no way.
With Staley.
Yes, with Staley.
With Staley.
That's assuming Raiders got Rodgers.
The Raiders blew 17 to 20 point leads.
Yes.
Which factors in
With
quarterback
a
and coaching.
shitty quarterback.
Because it's also coaching that you blow those leads. Well, you can't blame it all on Carr.
I can't blame
I
it
will
all,
blame it
but I
on
want
his
to.
terrible decision making in the second half. Yes,
I can't, but I want to.
because like when people say, "Oh, the play calling," dude, you have if your receiver, you have 3 or 4 receivers that are running routes. You have your first option, second, third, and fourth. If he's only throwing to the first option like a moron, then
no,
you
ask
can't blame
Ron, like Raider Kardashians honestly believe that I've
McDaniel sabotaged the
that,
season.
no, that they said that he told Carr to throw to this guy no matter what.
Yeah.
Like how stupid is that?
There was I saw a stat today on a tweet. It was that McDaniels was the only Raiders coach, the last couple coaches, that when they were up by 2 or more touchdowns, to not have won any of those games. Everyone else had a perfect winning record.
Oh, they broke records.
So you really think that the Denver Broncos have a better roster than the Chargers?
But you're not asking me that. You're asking me record-wise.
They won 10 games with a terrible coach.
The best roster doesn't equate to wins every time.
Okay, but they
Coaching's
won
a big deal.
Oh, right, and they won 10 games with a terrible coach and an injured roster
Yes, they did. They did perfectly fine for what happened to them this year.
with a bad coach.
yes, with the bad.
So now those players coming back next year
Uh-huh.
with a bad coach,
Yep.
they should win more than 10 games.
But you have Sean Payton running the team. This is a completely
They
different-
went 1-1 against Denver.
with Hackett as the coach.
They won the last game. So the one extra game against the Chargers is going to get them.
But you're not factoring it. If we had scored over 18 points this year, we would have been. I think
That
we
was
would've won-
early in the season.
I understand,
The
but
defense didn't look as good.
That would have
again.
been 8 wins, and then we finished with a couple more. We're 10. We have the Chargers wild card spot.
Yeah, you guys had.
I
you guys
don't
would have over 10 wins.
Yeah, that's what.
Oh yeah, no, that's for sure. But the defense played a lot better the first 14 weeks compared to the last 4.
Because we don't give a shit. We got nothing to play for. What's there to play for? Hackett's
Well, and
leaving,
they traded Bradley Chubb, which I wouldn't have done.
which helps with the picks we're gonna have to give up to the.
Was that a
Saints.
second rounder?
A second and a third, I believe.
Yes, it was.
So
I just
we don't have
wouldn't-
first. Great, but this year's the last first we have to give up for Russell.
Right.
And then if we have to give up a first next year, we got the coach we need. We got Russell locked in at a not great contract, but that's the market. We have a top 5 defense. We have weapons, like I said, all over the field. Let it
I mean,
play out.
the
Let it play
I
out.
would love
Patrick-
it to play out,
The second best receiver was injured. I mean, they had a lot of injuries.
and they have to re-sign Judy.
Yeah, we do.
So if they don't re-sign him, because you're going to pay this coach a shit ton
And
of money.
let me
Coaches
tell you,
don't count against salary cap.
Yeah, but still, you're spending money.
my
What?
Well, the Waltons have trillions of dollars.
20 million just fell out of Walton's pocket. He didn't give it to
He didn't have time to
Do
pick
they
it up.
re-sign him or
and
does he move on?
no one remembers, but the sleeper.
They're not the Raiders, you're
the
right.
Sleeper running back of fantasy.
Oh, no.
Was what's his
We've
name?
lost everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Who got hurt? Who was
did.
Javonte Williams.
Williams.
Devontae Williams from?
He got
where?
hurt.
Nice.
UNC?
Yes, great day to be a Tar Heel.
Sean said that Chubb is injury prone. That he's played more games in the NFL than him.
Ooh, is that Shawnee Katane?
Sean's a hater.
Sean Brown.
Shawnee Brown. I wonder who that could be.
Sean's a hater.
Born and raised in Castaic,
Sean's a
SA.
hater, by the way.
He
The
also said
two,
McDaniels is a bum.
Oh,
that could be. Okay, all right, fine. Sean.
So that
Fine.
means that Sean thinks. So I told Sean this. Then you should get Derek Carr if he thinks McDaniel's such
Well,
a
they
bum.
have Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Joe, who do you think? I'd rather have.
No.
I'd rather have Russell Wilson.
Put
than
it
Derek
this
Carr.
way: even after this season, Russell Wilson is still top 10 quarterback.
That's why I said I'd rather have Russell Wilson than freaking Derek Carr.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If he thinks McDaniel's such a bum, go try to win a game with freaking David or Derek Carr.
David, too.
David too.
I just don't think Sean Payton is not as much of a winner as people think he is.
Well, let me see what
I'm
you
going to
got.
give you three. I'm going to give you three.
Okay,
coaches.
here we go.
I'm going to give you three coaches. I'm going to give you all won a Super Bowl. They all won one.
Okay.
Okay, two of these guys won a Super Bowl with a Hall of Fame quarterback. One didn't.
Don't say Barry Switzer.
I'm not going to say Barry Switzer.
Okay.
Close, though. I'm just kidding. All right, so I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you the records.
Okay.
10-8, 11-8, 9-8.
And this is records in what?
Playoff records.
Playoff records.
Okay. 11-8, 10-8, 9-8.
Okay.
Okay. One of those guys had 4 losing seasons. The other one has 2. And the other one also has, the two of them have 4 and one has 2. Okay. So I'm going to give you the 3 coaches.
Okay.
Those are terrible playoff records, by the way.
Tom
It's
Coughlin.
like 500.
Tom Coughlin.
It's right above 500.
Yeah, it's-
Okay. And so John Harbaugh,
Johnny.
is he a better coach than Sean Payton?
In the playoffs?
Overall, with his team, what he's done, Sean Payton
Okay.
Okay.
and Mike McCarthy.
Oh.
And Mike McCarthy, by the way, which is shit.
Yucky poo poo
Okay,
caca.
Mike McCarthy had a quarterback, a Hall of Fame quarterback, and he won 1 Super Bowl. Drew Brees and New Orleans won Super Bowl, and Joe Flacco is not a Hall of Famer,
No.
and he won the Super Bowl. So,
Okay.
what are those? 11-8, 10-8, 9-8. Which one of those is Sean Payton?
I'm going to go with 10 and 8.
He is not, sir. He is 9-8.
Oh.
10-8 was McCarthy up until last season.
In
that
the
he's-
face. In the
McCarthy
face.
was 10-8 last year. I don't count him for Dallas. We're doing his Green Bay year. He was 10-8. He's now 10-9. He lost with Dallas last year. Harbaugh's 11-8. He's never had a quarterback half as good as either of those two guys, and he's 11-8.
Yeah, but that franchise is run
Amazing,
best
top to bottom.
top to bottom.
Top to bottom.
What was their GM there for? Oh,
Newsom.
Ozzie
Newsom.
Newsom. Yeah.
Ozzie
Right.
Newsom.
Guys
It was amazing.
Incredible.
Just
He was amazing.
killed every draft pick
Every.
possible.
So to me, to sell out, not to sell out, you're gonna bring this guy in to run everything for you. He had 3 years in a row of 7-9.
So I have an analogy here. So you remember when the Dodgers were bought by the Guggenheims?
The best day of my life.
Exactly, the best day of all of our lives. But when they bought the place, you got to make a splash,
Right?
just to show the fans, hey, we're here and we're willing to do what it takes to give you guys a championship. This would be that splash. The roster's set. Sean Payton is a splash to say, we're here. Here's $20 million, $8 to $9 million more than any other coach is getting in the NFL.
I think he's gonna get 15 mil a year.
Okay, the only difference with that is that I don't think that the Denver Broncos are comparable to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers needed to make a splash. Denver's won a Super Bowl in the last 10 years or 12. Dodgers hadn't won shit in forever.
Well,
So I mean, I understand
1988.
they need to make a splash.
Super Bowl, or they won a World Series in 2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
The COVID one.
Just look on your hat.
It's just
Look
a
on
World
your hat.
Series.
That's COVID one.
I have all of them right here.
I was there for Game 6. I know it was a COVID one.
Yeah.
In Dallas,
That's
it was
right.
COVID. But yeah, they won that. I understand what you're saying. Make a splash, come in. You feel the team is ready. I don't feel they're that good. Surprise, surprise. I feel the Chargers and the Chiefs are much, much better.
That's fine. I agree 100%. You know, ring around the rosies and scoring
That's just,
touchdowns
it
and
doesn't
all
matter.
this
It's
stuff.
like a fucking gimmick that just nobody can figure out.
And so I was listening. AJ Hawk had a really good point. Is like, listen, everyone's talking shit. Like they're showing up the other team. You know, this,
The
that,
Chiefs?
and the other. Yes, doing
Okay.
that play. And it's like, no. Like if anything else, they are literally making the opposing defenses every week waste 10 to 15 minutes going over this stupid
ass play.
They might never
use it. They might never use it. And I'll tell you, at the beginning of Holmes' career, when he took over, and I'll never forget, I want to say it was that first Monday night game, he played Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Von Miller and Chubb. And to me, I thought those were the two guys, like when Peyton Manning played the Chargers, when they had Merriman and Donnie Edwards was in the middle, and then Sean Phillips, and they were flying all around, and Peyton Manning couldn't beat them. I thought that was going to be Patrick Mahomes' Chargers to Peyton Manning.
Kryptonite.
And he got that 3rd and 19 or whatever the fuck it was on that Monday night. And after that, and I swore that night, I was like, dude, Denver can beat this dude every time they play. And then after that, the second game of the season, it was like that for the first half, and after that wasn't.
And then his
So-
fucking face was like this, right?
So they realized what it was to beat him. They were close to beating him. I think that was the closest team on a weekly basis. So you
Yeah,
can.
we're competitive with them when we play them usually, but
This year was a little different. That last game was competitive, but
we played him competitive twice. He had 3 picks against us,
yes,
I think,
that
twice.
one. Yes.
both games.
I think so.
They
The second
came back.
game was an ass whooping, and they came back.
They came
They
back.
got bored, but
That's
it was
true,
27-0.
No, it was bad. Like I said, the Mahomes is
So
obviously,
you think Sean Payton comes in? They're a 10-win team.
Yes.
We should have
Minimum.
We should have Sean Brown call in
Oh no.
and talk about this.
Hey,
Sonny boy.
So let's say
Sonny
Sean
boy.
Payton.
Sean-
We got
Sean
B-Tap
Payton.
on the queue first.
Oh, okay.
What's he want to talk about?
Oh, we can do it after this.
Okay, Sean Payton comes in, signs with Denver next week or after the 17th or whatever the date is, and he signs with them. What does Vegas put their win total at?
9.5 probably.
9.5.
That sounds about right.
I'm gonna say 8.5. Just to take Mike's.
I'll take the over then, but I think it'll be 9.5.
It depends if the goat comes to Las Vegas.
Then
Then
it's
it's
10.5.
then it's
That's
then
a
it's-
sweet.
That's a sweet. What she's never done, right? Since baby Mia was born.
You, it's what. Yes, there's a trophy right here that says different.
This is hilarious. His main gripe about Carr, he can't extend the play. So we're going to get a less mobile quarterback
Then
back in
Carr,
the backfield
right?
than Carr because he can extend the
Listen,
play even more.
I know.
And then and you want to see someone go down into a fucking fetal position?
Yeah.
But you
Tom
know,
Brady,
but you know who
Tom
did,
Brady when
he didn't
Denver's
ex-
coming.
He didn't extend plays for 7 rings. You know why? Because he knew the offense
Yeah.
so well. Who knows the offense
better
that
than him?
No one.
Nobody.
Nobody. No,
He's
this is his
gonna come
offense.
in there. This is his.
But you knew
This
you got to
is
get an
his
offensive
offense.
line. You bring this dude in.
You got to get it offensive. That's why I'm saying if you're a Raider fan,
I don't oppose to that. I listen. I don't oppose to. Everybody says nobody wants Brady, right? Rich, Mike.
Yeah,
they all
yeah.
agree they don't want Brady. That he's old. I don't oppose to it because it moves you away from. You can draft an offensive lineman in that
Yes.
6th spot or 7, wherever
Yes.
they're picking. Sign someone else. Re-sign Jacobs. Draft defense.
yes,
And Brady with those guys. He's got a tight end. Adams.
Brady's had the best receiver in the NFL once, and what happened?
Well, they were 17-0 and lost to the Giants.
He threw Randy Moss 22 touchdowns.
Uh-huh.
This is what I mean.
Back in 1998.
Wow.
It,
Wow.
it really is it 1998?
It was
It was a
2008,
long
I think it
ass
was.
time ago, and Tom Brady looks a lot different today.
It was 2008,
he's
9, something like that.
skinnier.
Yes, he is, but he's not going to throw 22 touchdowns. To
He's
Devontae.
looked really bad this
He
season.
has.
I would like Sean Payton to go to Dallas. My personal, because I hate the Cowboys. So, and I know they don't want him.
Yeah.
I know most of the fans, they don't want him.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard fans like say, "Oh, I know a couple of them, they don't want him."
Yeah, we had boots on the ground in Dallas.
We did have boots on the ground. Yes, this guy who was actually at the stadium.
Yep. We had boots on the ground taking the pulse of the Dallas
I'll
fan
tell you
base.
what. I don't listen to sports talk radio here, but when I go to Dallas and I go to Vegas, I listen to the Raider talk and I listen to the Cowboy talk just to see if they were as stupid as the people here.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I used to listen here, when Westbrook was going to be a free agent, oh, he's coming here. Oh, the Lakers are going to get him. When Kevin Love, oh, he's from here.
Yeah.
He's from fucking Oregon.
Yeah.
But they wanted Kevin Love and all those guys. So that's where I stopped talking to them. But the Dallas fans, people call in, oh, we don't want him. He's the same shit, blah, blah, blah. Jerry Jones is this and that and all that. So
have we covered our bases?
no, I hope MB gets him for his sake, and it makes the group chat so much better
It's
until
going to be beautiful.
it's going to be he's going to be bragging until the season actually starts.
Listen, if this can happen and we turn it around, this is the second thing. And if Carr gets a number 1 pick for him for trading, this would be two things
geez.
I have against Rafa. Oh, this would be beautiful.
If we get a first round pick for Carr, he's gonna shove that,
Oh, I would be excited.
and I'm gonna be happy too.
I'm gonna get our boy to make a sweatshirt for Rafa.
I'll put a fucking banner right here.
About that action.
I'll put a banner right here in this
What do
whole
you
thing.
think, Eddie? Do you think
There was a tweet. I don't know if it's real or not, but they said apparently the Panthers offered 2 first rounders for him early.
I saw that somebody else offered 2 first
How do you
rounders.
say no?
I saw. I didn't see the Panthers. I saw
Jets.
Jets. Somebody offered 2 first round. No, it wasn't
and
Jets.
we said no.
It was
Someone needs
somebody.
to be fired
Oh yeah.
right then and there.
Dude, somebody. No, they didn't put it. I was like, oh, Michael Brown's gonna see this and post this in the fucking group chat. That somebody was gonna give up 2 first rounds for him.
That's crazy.
This was. I want to say it was during the offseason last year.
Wow.
Yes, it was like either early this season or before that.
Yeah.
If you had to think that this plan with Stidham is something they discussed, if that offer came
Yeah.
across your desk, how do you say no?
How do you say no? Wow.
Because
And I like Carr. I'm pro Carr.
you're 100%. You're a Kardashian.
You're a Kardashian.
Yeah, fan club.
I don't know about that, but I'm pro Carr.
So, I think we've covered every angle on that. Are we ready to talk to B-Tap?
Yeah, let me call him.
What does he want to talk about?
We're about to find out.
He said he
B-Tap-
wants to talk about your hat. Choketober's over.
Oh, he's an Angels fan. He's an Angels fan.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So you're a Raider fan and an Angel
He's a
fan?
Raider fan and an Angel fan.
gosh.
And his wife is a Cowboy fan.
So he likes
Yeah.
peanut butter. So
What's up, fellas?
so B-Tap.
What up?
Wow.
So B-Tap.
What's up,
You like peanut butter and peanut butter sandwiches?
bro? Eddie,
How can you be an Angel fan?
I'm a Raider fan just like you. I like the Angels. We got the 2 best players in baseball. We can't do nothing.
Not
Raiders-
for
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, I was gonna
Raiders
say.
Raiders
my
aren't going to do
God.
anything until
Is it-
Davis is dead.
Is your metal militia hat flat billed?
that's what we said about the last Davis. B-Tap.
Choketober's over with, bro. Put that hat in the closet and get ready for next year.
Oh.
Hey, is Mike Trout gonna play more or less than 60 games this year?
Mike Trout
Oh,
will probably never make a third postseason game on the Angels ever.
so
He only had
B-Tap.
two
So
postseason career games.
let me ask you this, because this is what
He got hurt the other one.
this is what bothers
Biggest
me.
waste of talent
Listen,
I've ever seen.
this is what bothers me about the best player in baseball, and that's what he is. He is the best player in baseball for the last 6 years, 5 years.
You got to be available.
Why in the hell does he keep re-signing with the Los Angeles, Anaheim, Orange County,
Angels.
Escondido Angels? And
Who wouldn't turn down that kind of money? They're
Anyone
He
would
can
pay
get-
him.
they-
Anyone
they're
would pay
giving
him
away
that.
free money.
Anyone
He
would pay him.
Philadelphia would have gave that money.
Dodgers-
New York,
Dodgers.
New York, the Dodgers. He could have got that money anywhere.
He's comfortable with
Dodgers
losing.
can't afford them.
Maybe
Dodgers
he
can't
wants to.
afford him.
Maybe he wants to build something.
Oh, build what? A losing? Listen, I don't get
Dodgers-
fired up, but
Dodgers,
Angel fans, I can't. I can't.
Dodgers might be onto something. They just traded away the fucking whole roster. They had the best team in baseball for the last 5 years, and they won how many championships?
One.
They might be trying to save up money to get them. Who knows?
Oh no, we're going after Shohei.
Oh, this is your last
Hey,
season
yeah.
with Shohei.
This is Shohei.
Dodgers also won the World Series because Kobe died, by the way.
Oh no! You cannot take my fucking facts. Come on, B-Tap.
Listen, I'm like Wonder Woman when an Angel fan talks shit to me as a Dodger fan. I'm just like, bing. Bing, bing, bing.
Hey, when
bing.
when the Angels go to the postseason, they win. It doesn't take them 5 tries to win one.
Here we go.
Oh,
So 2002 to 22. You haven't been there in 20 years.
It's all right. It's all right.
they're coming, huh?
Odie wants to know
Yeah,
what
here-
sport the Angels play.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
Odie. Odie says, what
Here we
sport
go.
do the Angels play?
Thank you.
And to be honest, I'm more of a Braves fan.
Oh, come on.
Wow. That just
Gotta-
took
That's
me
his
down.
wife.
think
Is,
like-
hey, does Amanda have her hand up your ass and she's talking? She's a Braves
it, bro.
fan, not you.
Sniffing it. She doesn't even watch baseball.
Oh, come on,
Man,
man.
you were
She just
already
barely
down
found
the
out
wrong.
2 years ago. She just barely
His
found out 2
father-in-law
years
works for
ago
the
that her own
Braves.
dad was an infield coach.
Okay, well.
VTAP, all the credibility and all the great facts you just said about
Hey,
just
Eddie,
went out
Eddie,
the
you look good in
door.
blue, though. You look good in blue, though, minus the hat.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't look as fat as I do.
Hey, are you
in
calling
gray.
to talk about Angel baseball in fucking January?
No. I'm not calling. I'm calling to see if I can fuck around and get excited and get you to give me a blue chip first quarter thrill event.
For when? For tomorrow?
Yeah.
What's the first game?
Niners -3 or the Jags plus a half.
No, Niners -3 in the first quarter. What's the
Nice,
total?
I like it. Ring that bell. Blue chip it.
Blue chip that shit. VTAP.
What's the first quarter total?
Over 7.5.
Oh, I'd stay away from that. Let's go Niners -3 first quarter tomorrow. Bang it out, BSAP.
So
Nice.
BTAP, I gotta ask you.
Yes, sir.
Listen, as a fellow Raider fan, who do you want the Raiders to sign as their quarterback, or do we already have our quarterback for next year? What do you
I don't think Stedham's the guy.
really?
Well, we know he's not the guy.
Was that after? Was that after the second game? I mean, what was your thoughts after that first game against the best defense in the NFL?
I don't know.
No,
plays-
he's not the dude. We know he's not the guy.
Yeah, we're not getting Rodgers or Brady.
I like
I
it.
doubt it.
He
So
might-
you think we're drafting somebody?
I don't even think they're going to draft someone. Davis is going to fucking do something stupid. Probably going to end up with Russell Wilson or someone worse. Right or wrong, that's just how the Raiders are.
Oh, they're gonna end up with Geno Smith for their first round pick.
And the Raiders might even trade fucking Jacobs for Zeke, even worse.
All right,
Why-
BTAP.
why- sound like a great Raider fan.
What?
Shit. All right, BTAP. Thank you for calling.
All right, man, have a good one.
You too.
All right, BTAP.
I think that's a
Later.
great pulse of the Raider fan base right there. Just we're gonna
He
get
was all
screwed
over the place.
every
We're gonna
single-
get screwed
He
everywhere.
was all over the place.
That's BTAP for you, man.
I used to say the same thing. We're not going to win until Davis dies. Well, we have a whole nother Davis. That Mark Davis is going to live for another 30 years.
I used to say the Dodgers weren't gonna win until Vin Scully died. I posted that on Instagram actually.
Where are we getting this freaking?
could include a career in television. Something
What is happening?
Where are we?
in the past, but there was some uncertainty about his.
Are you? Is that your computer?
now? Is Sean McVay?
He's over there watching
has to
Pornhub.
be. That
What
has
are you
to
doing?
Jay's hacked in.
Jay's hacked in. Jay's sending messages there.
Be. So, do we have anyone else online? Anyone else that we want to talk to? Because we're at 2.5 hours.
I got one thing I really wanted to cover today, and what you guys' thoughts are on Dodgers saying Knicks on Bauer.
I didn't like it.
Me neither.
So, and I respected it, which is good. I'm glad we're conflicting on
I mean,
this.
listen,
I can respect
I also
it.
respect it. I also respect it. The dude did some dumbass shit. Mm-hmm. I mean, he did some dumbass shit. If you are a professional baseball player and a high profile, you cannot be banging chicks off of the internet, choking them out, beating them up.
You shouldn't do that even if you're not a professional baseball player.
let's just make the
Let's just
disclaimer.
make that disclaimer
Okay.
now. You should not be doing this.
Correct.
I also, I do agree with that.
Fucking Eddie. If you're a normal person, you can, but if you make millions,
I mean,
don't.
his argument is that that's what she wanted.
Okay.
That's his argument. So even if you work at Walmart, like, it's a bad idea.
Well,
But
depends
how?
on the kind of freak he took home.
Well, he obviously took a freaky deacon. She came back for seconds. By
Oh
the way,
yeah, no, that's
She
bullshit.
came back for seconds, by the way, and I like you say, I respect it, but
I think it was more of a clubhouse thing.
yeah, I don't see like a picture in the 5th inning of Kershaw, spitting seeds next to Trevor Bauer. Like, hey, yeah, you know what? I have like 6 schools in Africa that I fund. He's like, yeah, I just choked this bitch out from Pasadena.
I think. We needed him. Obviously,
Oh,
we need
100%
pitching,
they need
but
him.
they chose not to. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, I think they're trying to get the clubhouse right, especially with losing Turner and a couple of these other pieces.
Losing Turner.
And Turner.
Yes, and Trey.
And Turner. I think that's the one that's going to hurt.
That's the
Yeah.
one that's going to hurt.
So,
Justin Turner.
I think Justin's a
clubhouse dude. I agree. On
Listen,
the field, he's been done.
So my MB played against Trevor Bauer and knew everyone that played with him. He was in that league.
I got some good.
Yeah,
stories.
he has some good stuff. So I don't know if you follow him. I follow him. The Bauer outage. The dude knows
I don't
his
follow
shit.
Yeah, no, he's
Like,
a savant in baseball.
Like, if someone needs to hire him as a coach.
Well, he can still play.
Oh, he
His
can still play.
suspension's done, right?
No, he's gonna get picked up by a team for $720,000. I think is
You
what they got.
think
him
Like
at.
the Cleveland
No,
Indians.
that's what they can sign him for.
Yeah,
Dodgers
sign
are
him
on the
minimum.
hook for $22 million.
Oh,
of his
so okay,
salary,
so he can.
and then he can sign for basically the league minimum anywhere.
How about a
else.
big fuck you and go to San Diego?
Perfect? Let that team. I'm not even gonna go there.
Let's go there. Go there.
Wow.
Let's get MLB talk. Pitchers and catchers report in
See,
25 days.
only a Dodger hater would have that right at the tip of his tongue.
Odie said to play him, by the way.
I mean, it's already over. They're not going to sign him.
No, it's
No,
done.
no, it's
they
done.
released him today.
It's done.
It's done.
But
Okay, so he goes to San Diego.
listen,
Yeah.
if I was judged on a bunch of shit that I've done, I'm just saying he made a huge mistake. And Memby knows this. He was a huge dork in high school. So he barely started like having girls talk to him.
Well-
Probably like in his third year.
That's you didn't know he was a freak behind the scenes.
I won't go like too deep into it, but he was a kid that would wear baseball pants to school. He would bring a bucket of baseballs by himself, throw it against the fence like a bullpen. Like,
during lunch.
yeah, like he would put in the work. Like, he's here because he worked his ass off. No one can take any of that from him. But in this case, obviously he ran into a pretty bad situation, and it's led to this. And the Dodgers kind of taking a stand on that. I'm okay with it, and I respect it.
I'm okay with it too. I would have. God, I loved when he played for us. I loved his attitude. I just
Fire he played
the fire he played with. I just
hate when teams cut ties with guys after they've paid their time
after they
for
done
their
the crime. Yeah,
Okay, they've apologized. I don't know if he has.
He
But
hasn't.
guys have apologized.
he hasn't.
No, he showed no contrition.
Oh,
I read
think
a couple of reports.
that's what they said. That's actually why they said they cut him. He's like,
Yeah.
he just showed zero remorse.
And he might not think he did anything wrong, and technically he hasn't been convicted of anything.
Right.
So,
So he didn't do anything.
True that.
so I can't fault him for not having contrition, but at the same time, like, if I'm in the doghouse with my employer and I wanted $40 million, I might say, like,
listen.
I'm sorry, even though I'm not.
I'd rather have Trevor Bauer than Deshaun Watson on my fucking team.
That's no
Yes.
doubt about that.
Don't ask him that.
Don't
I'm not
ask
even
the
looking
third,
over here.
Don't ask the
yeah,
third leg of this tripod here.
Yeah, don't even. Yes.
Did he apologize?
Who? Deshaun? He doesn't care.
Did he apologize?
He apologized,
Okay.
but does not matter.
That's good enough for me,
Listen,
guys.
22 women don't lie. I could care less what happens.
Did he apologize?
Oh my god.
Did he rape any of them or no? I don't know the exact story.
I mean,
You
rape is
don't.
not the word.
So he
Listen, as a daughter, you have a daughter. I do too.
I don't know what happened.
Oh god. I think you already know the answer to what I would have asked right there.
Yo, the thing is though, if guys apologize, I think they should be given a second chance, and that's what it is.
I think I would feel better about that if he wasn't given 230 guaranteed.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. we
In
agree with
Watson's
that.
case,
And then they reduced his first year salary where they knew he was going to be suspended to like $1 million.
The Cleveland Browns are going to be in the shithouse for another 30 years because of that
They make the
stupid ass
playoffs next
contract.
year.
And that's karma for them.
they're making the playoffs next year.
Actually,
Book it.
that was a DP.
God.
Book it.
So this is a DP bet. I heard, and someone said that they will not win the division because of that contract for the next 5 years.
I agree.
No, that has nothing to do with the contract.
What are you talking about?
Ravens, Bengals, Steelers. That's what it has to
Just
do with.
Ravens.
But
Bengals.
listen, but here's the thing.
And the Steelers, who don't
But
lose.
Rafa, think about this. 2 years ago, Cleveland was like a Super Bowl pick.
Did they win the division?
Probably not. I don't know.
No.
Probably not.
They might as
But
well sign Odell at this point,
They
too.
they were a division favorite. They were a Super Bowl
they
favorite.
didn't win.
They had talent across the board.
I understand, but they didn't win.
Yeah, they didn't win.
Because the division is so good. That division is good top to bottom. I wouldn't blame that contract just for that. I blame it them not winning because the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals.
You gave the biggest guaranteed contract to a dude who
How old is he?
called
Old enough.
66.
But how old is he?
I
Instagram.
think he's 28 or 27.
So when his deal's done, he's what, 33?
something like that.
Okay, how much does Rodgers make?
50 a million.
No one's
Okay.
giving Rodgers.
The
50
Rodgers is
million.
one of
No,
the
no.
guys.
Rodgers is making $59 million this year if he's traded.
And no one's gonna pay that.
If he stays on the roster with the Packers, it's $59 million anyways.
I agree. I mean,
He's
that's
getting it.
That's a fact.
Okay, so if you give Watson when the last time Watson played, he was a top 5 quarterback in the league. Was he not?
He was getting some crazy ass massages.
No. He had ridiculous numbers.
He was, yeah.
And when
I don't
he
know
had
about top
Hopkins-
5, but he was top 10.
Okay, so he was top 10. So you paid a guy for being a top 10 dude at an age where, let's say they don't guarantee the 230 and they give him 150. And in 3 seasons, he's fucking remarkable. Now you have to give him the max money again.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as a terrible deal. We're looking at it as a terrible deal because he didn't play for a year. And he looked like shit this year.
Yeah.
They knew he wasn't going to play for a year.
Would you be mad
How
if
do
they
you
gave
give that? How do you give him that much guarantee? That doesn't make any sense.
What I just told you, the last time he played, he was top 10.
But they
And
gave him
he's at
leverage.
they gave him what?
They gave him leverage when he didn't have it.
He
That's
didn't have
my
it.
thing.
He had no leverage.
He wasn't going to play for
Yes.
a year.
Why would you?
And they gave him $1 million.
No, but they didn't have to give him 200. They could give him 160
Why would
guaranteed.
you kiss that guy's ass?
You give
He
him
needed-
160. You give him 160 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right? You give him 160 guaranteed, and in 3 years,
It's a Bauer outage comment.
When he moves from the top 10 quarterback in the league to a top 5 quarterback in the league,
Which he
you
won't
still
in Cleveland.
Well, let's just go based off what he did in Houston, which is what you're signing him off of. If he's 28 years old and you give him 160 after that 3rd season, you got to re-up him. You have him for 230 for the 6. Is it 6 seasons?
I
Five.
think 5.
Okay, so you have him those extra 2 years if he was at the top of his game. For that, that's why I think they thought about that.
It's possible.
Like, let's say if you're signing a young quarterback, Herbert, do you give him 230 guaranteed right now?
Easy.
Easy, right? But in a year or in 6 months, you find out that he banged this chick from fucking West Downey and he choked her out. Are we talking about it was a bad deal? At the time, could have been a good deal. I know they gave it to him after he.
They gave it to him
after
after.
the 65 massages.
That's the point. They gave
That's
it to
fine.
him after.
Because they knew he was going to play, and they still feel that he's a top 10 guy.
And here's the thing. And when they gave him the contract, they hadn't spoken to one victim.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Next year, he comes out and he throws for 4,800 yards and 35 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Yep.
And the year after, he does the same.
Yep.
Is his contract worth it then?
What is the record?
No one's ever gotten that kind
What's
of contract.
their record?
What does it matter? His
matters.
record was terrible in Houston, and they paid him for that.
I understand that, but you're
You're in the best division. Let's say he's 9-8
Does he make the playoffs?
once.
Okay, then it
It's
might
not
be
worth
worth
it.
it, but maybe not. I don't think it is. Still,
How much did Carr make?
40 mil this year.
No, total. What was the deal
his extension was 100 and something.
at that time? Which was it max?
I think
No.
he wasn't max, but
It
he was
wasn't max.
actually a good deal. It was like
It
25
was a
year.
great deal because it was a
Derek
really.
Carr's,
It was like
You see this? How I'm looking
3
at you.
years, 121 million.
So $40 million a year. You see
But that was the most
See,
recent.
I'm looking through that.
Before that, he
Zero
was
fucking
a deal
playoff
at
wins.
25 million a season.
But
He
with
was-
zero playoff wins.
I didn't like it.
No
I
one
didn't
liked
No,
the
it.
you
deal.
didn't like it.
But you had to do it.
But that's what they're worth.
I didn't think we had
Yeah,
to do
no,
it.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think that they did not have to go where they went with him to get him still.
Why would you? It's like paying Mike Tyson the most money after he just got a rape charge.
I think it's like double insurance. Like, let's say the Dolphins sign Lamar, and they give him 170 guaranteed, right? They give him a 5-year deal. The 170 is guaranteed, and next year he wins the MVP, and they win the AFC East, and they go to the fucking AFC Championship game and they lose to the Chiefs, and then the year after that he wins the Super Bowl, and now you have to pay him a shitload of more money because he did all that. Instead of giving him $250 million guaranteed right off the bat.
I hope Lamar knows that he.
I'm not talking about just watching. I'm talking
deserve
about in
the
their
same.
mindset.
He doesn't deserve a big contract.
I agree with you. I'm just using
Yeah.
you as I'm using a guy at an
Saying
age.
pay him now so you don't have to pay him more later.
Right. That's what I think they did. That's what I think they did. Which is you could say it's the wrong guy they did it to.
I just think, like I said, they could have given him 230 with the 160 guaranteed, and
Incentives.
and
Put it in incentives.
So
the
he
same
has an
thing.
amazing agent. What are we gonna do? We should never talk about somebody else's money.
I think he
maybe,
ran. I
Maybe
think
we
he ran
should
into
call
the-
his agent.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we need to get his agent.
Get him on the line.
We need to get his agent.
So that's our NFL rundown.
Prediction on Lamar for next season?
I think they franchise tag him.
I do too.
Okay. That's
They don't.
good
They don't have the balls to release him,
or to pay him.
They won't pay him.
and they won't pay him either. But you
So
know
the
what?
franchise is what, the top 5?
45
Yep.
million.
That's the number?
45 and a half.
And then he can bitch. When you get like Dak, you can't bitch and be like, they're not paying me. They give you 45 fucking million fucking
That's not the
dollars.
point.
They want security.
They want
I'll give
security.
you fucking security. If I got $45 million, I'm making that last for my family and the next fucking generation after me.
I
But he
agree
could have
with you.
way
But
more.
bitching.
He could have way more.
he can have way more.
Then don't get fucking hurt.
That's not his
I'm not,
style.
I'm not yelling at you, Eddie.
Don't get hurt, Eddie Money, you little shit.
Keep your fingers.
It's not-
He
his
could have
style.
fucking played. That's what I'm fucking saying.
Did you see his tweet? He
What
has
he
this,
deleted it.
he deleted that with the
so.
injuries, the detail injuries.
What did he say?
I don't know what he said, but I read a thing
Eddie
that
Santiago's-
Harbaugh was asked about Lamar's deleted tweet.
Oh, I
That's
don't know
his
if it's that
question?
one.
That someone asked, and he's like, I can't speak to that, and I can't speak to Lamar's injuries, is what Harbaugh said.
Harbaugh's a great coach.
But he said it was a grade 2, almost a grade 3 level sprain.
He's missed, what, 8 games in a row?
I think less. I think it was 5 or 6.
He's
Feels like forever.
feels
listen.
forever.
I'm not a doctor. I only play one on this
Show.
podcast. But to me, I don't respect my teammate who could possibly play. We're in a playoff. Listen, the March Madness and and playoffs. How many wild cards? There's been wild cards that make it to the Super Bowl.
Giants.
Raiders.
Green Bay did it.
Raiders did in '83 as well.
Oh, God.
They're
comes
wild
with his red. Fucking nobody on this podcast was alive back then.
I was.
Everybody else here was dead.
They were
wasn't born yet.
They were
Eddie was alive.
They were actually the first wild card team to win a Super Bowl
Wow.
against the
Giants, I think, did it twice.
So
The more you know.
The more you know. The more you know. After Saved by the Bell Saturday morning.
I promise you, there's guys in Baltimore that know that he can play, but he's not playing because you're not paying me.
I don't disagree with you.
And Jerry Maguire said this. Okay, people aren't inspired by money. They're inspired by the ganas, desire,
The Nagas.
the
The
nalgas.
nalgas. Like in MB's vocab is the nalgas.
Money doesn't inspire people, man. And for him to do this, and listen, I don't know.
I don't think Lamar. Now let me ask you something, because you probably know. If they franchise tag him and he doesn't play, what happens?
That I don't know. But that is a very strong possibility because he's
Oh.
injury prone.
If you watch the
The way
first
he
game of
plays.
the season, so the first game of the season, we're all in Vegas. We bet on the Ravens, right? They're playing the Jets, I think it was. Yeah, they were at the Jets.
He had a horrible game, I think.
They won. They covered first half fucking game, everything. You watched him. We're watching this game, and we're like, dude, he's not gonna run. He didn't want to run. He could have had that first half could have been 21-0 Ravens, and he didn't want to run.
Yeah.
And
I think he can hold out, and then they can obviously find him on a day-to-day, like just like any other player. I think that's how that would
and then he
go
shows
down.
up at the end and plays in week 1.
Correct. They miraculously
That is
work
such a
out
fucked
deal.
up for that franchise. I don't think that happens.
I don't either. I think they let him go or they sign him. It's one of the two. I
They
don't
should
think they
they
let
should
it
try
drawn
to
out.
trade him to.
They can't
I
trade him.
like
Well, franchise. Fred said franchise.
franchise him and send him to Miami.
And then they'll sign him right away.
Send him
Oh
to
yeah,
Miami.
yeah. Anybody signs him right away.
Send him to Miami.
I think there's.
I think it makes.
What about the
perfect
Raiders?
sense.
Yeah, I hope.
I've heard that too.
I hope.
I don't want him.
I hope.
Oh, I don't like him.
I don't want
think
him.
it makes sense.
Bronco fans hope.
Bronco fans want him.
I guarantee you, Devontae Adams doesn't want him.
No.
He's too inaccurate.
It just doesn't
Yeah,
fit.
he can't.
either.
He,
It just- it
he's
doesn't
not
fit.
an elite passer.
No, he's
It's that-
way too. He's not
that
Cam
is-
Newton either.
that is
Cam Newton
no.
wasn't an elite passer,
Yeah.
but dude, he's so much. He's a better passer than
You
him.
don't
Whoa.
think Derek Carr fit the system?
No,
And Lamar Jackson
Steve-
don't fit the fucking system.
Steve said, "Would you take Carr this year's first and next year's second and third for Lamar plus 10 mil cash?"
Nope to dope and ugh to drugs.
what?
No.
So the Ravens would give,
Their
or no,
first.
the Raiders would give up Carr.
Carr, this year's first round, next year's second round,
No. For
and
Lamar?
third for Lamar.
No.
plus
No.
10 mil.
He's not
no.
worth any of that.
You know
No,
why?
no, he's
You
worth
know
it
why?
to somebody else, not the Raiders.
Not the
You know why?
Raiders.
Because he's not playing.
He's worth
this week.
not a first, second, third.
No.
He's worth what Russell
First,
Wilson
second,
was
third,
worth.
and quarterback.
I don't even.
He
think
won
he's
an
worth that.
MVP. He won an MVP, guys. You got to give
But
him
he's
that.
not
Listen,
an
yeah,
elite
you was
passer.
I
amazing.
agree. But all these people, and you hear it when you're watching some of these games, you hear, oh, these guys, this is the way the new league is going, and blah, blah, blah. And when you hear these guys actually say that shit, who are the dudes in the playoffs? Herbert, Brady, Dak's the only one, Mahomes, not like that.
Mahomes is in 101, but
Yeah.
they're all elite passers. He's
Right.
Listen,
not.
I agree with you.
NFL is a gladiator sport.
We have someone saying Lamar to the Jets. I don't think it makes
That's
sense.
got a lot of dudes, and they can run the ball.
Yeah, and they have
Well,
a good.
that's not a bad-
they
who
have
said
good.
Inspur.
That's it. That's a nice one. I like that. That's a good one.
Oh, he said he got to talk to his mama.
I mean, his mom is his agent.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how crazy that shit is.
I'd like that. I'd asterisk that. Lamar to the Jets would be a good fit.
I like that too.
Lamar to the Jets.
You have to.
You have weapons. I mean, you can't complain about you don't have a receiver. You
Garrett
gotta-
Wilson's the shit.
You have
Oh,
Brees Hall
he's-
coming back.
Reese Hall. You have a great
Wilson's
defense.
the shit. The defense is really good. I like the coach.
I just think if you're gonna roll with Lamar, and that's why it kind of shocks me because listen, he was a wild card. He won the Heisman, and the Baltimore Ravens picked him, and
At the end of the first,
right, and they went all in, and they succeeded, and he was incredible. He won an MVP. I think the dude is incredibly talented. I just don't like dudes. I think
he deserves his money though.
Yes.
Listen, you know what the NBA is? The NBA, you pay NBA on potential. In the NFL, they don't pay on potential.
You're not paying him on potential. You paid him on he won an MVP.
You already seen what he could
That's
do.
already old. That's old shit.
That was 2 seasons ago.
What have you done these 2 seasons?
Dude,
Still
You
look
haven't
good.
even finished them. You haven't even finished. Listen, Gruden, the best ability in the NFL is availability. And he has proven he's not available unless he gets his money.
I'm okay.
So
with
get
it.
him his money.
Pay the man. Pay Lamar his money.
I'm
Somebody's
on
going
Lamar's
to pay
side
him.
with this.
I'm on Lamar's side as
I know
well.
he's had shitty receivers. I
Not,
agree.
not even because of that. Just he's a good quarterback.
I think he's so dynamic.
I think he's a good quarterback,
I
too.
think he's fun to watch, and I think he's dynamic. I don't think he's on the Jets. He could win the Super Bowl. On the Ravens, he could win the Super Bowl. On the Dolphins, he might be able to win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
The coach, the style, the running back. I mean, he has
I'm
to
pissed.
have.
I'm pissed and I'm jaded because he's not playing in the playoffs.
I am
I'm
upset.
not.
I would.
I am.
I'm not.
It would bother me if I know he can play.
Yeah.
If I know
Which we
he can
don't
play.
know.
We don't know,
Which
and
we
you're
don't know.
assuming.
I'm assuming
that you know.
I think
I'm
he's actually
assuming-
hurt. And even if he's not, I wouldn't be mad if he doesn't play in playoffs.
I'm the same way. If they
You think
could've-
if they were playing at home,
if they could have paid him and are choosing not to, and he's just like, you know what, well, then that's a business decision, and I respect it.
He's making his business decision. Ravens
Correct.
has made their business decision the whole
Listen,
season.
if it's, I'm thinking about my family.
Oh, I
Number
agree.
one.
It's
But he's getting
life.
paid.
It's his life.
He's getting paid money right
It
now.
doesn't matter. It's not
yet.
the same.
enough.
He's not getting paid.
Eddie,
for
they
it.
get 40. They get $45 million. They get after that money. After this, that, and that, and that. They see $20-something million of
Less
that money.
than that.
Less
because
than that.
You got to pay the union dues. You got to
yeah,
pay this.
dude. He's
that.
probably going to see $19 million of that money.
Correct, and then he's got, and then that's before.
You're thinking
gonna see
$19 million,
$19
bro.
million of
The
this
guy
money.
across the street from the year, his house, Lamar probably can't even buy that house after buying that fucking after getting that $19 million.
100%.
He can't even move to East Downey.
and that's 19 million.
And the house behind us, Lamar's like, nah, man, I'll put a big down.
He's like, I'll wait till it finishes.
Is that hey, is that a lease?
Yeah, exactly. Can I
He
leave
needs to
that?
call Deshaun Watson's agent instead of having his mom.
He's
be
sticking
his
with his
agent.
mom.
Dude,
Yes.
I think he's worth whatever the money for the quarterbacks. He won the MVP. He's won games with, and everybody knows, like Eddie Money said, he's won with no talent.
Listen,
at receiver.
I watched the game. He threw for 5 touchdowns against the Rams in the Coliseum. I'm like, this dude's a G.
There you
I've
go.
seen it. I've seen it. He's a G.
Exactly. That's
How
what
old is he?
deserves to be-
26, 25?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
So imagine, Eddie.
I don't
You're not
want him
going to
with the
pay
Raiders.
the guy?
No,
No,
I'm
you
not
don't
paying
want him with the Raiders. That's fine.
I want to pay him because
You don't have the team for him to be. He has to go to a team
He's
that has
26.
26. He's got to go to a team that
Miami.
run heavy.
Miami.
They can run the ball fast.
he needs to go to Miami.
Miami makes the most sense.
I think Miami.
Jets
works.
make sense as well. I like that comment from that.
I just think Miami's
That
more
viewer.
offensive friendly.
Odie
I
sides
agree.
with me as well.
What does Odie say?
He agrees with me
What the fuck are you saying?
about Lamar.
You feel me? What are you saying? What? Tell me what you said.
Oh, that even if he's not hurt, that
He's not playing.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
So
I like it.
Listen,
Let's move on to some college basketball. Are you got something you want to add?
no.
You want to keep talking shit about Lamar's
we're
money?
breaking
His
records.
mama's gonna come in through that
we
door.
are
he said,
at
"What you say about my son?"
we're at 3 hours. I
I'm
was
gonna get got, Eddie.
I'm trying to end the show.
All right, real quick question to end it off from Steve Lopez. Who's tanking next year for Caleb?
Oh,
we can
the
end
Texans
off
don't
on
even
that
need to
note.
try.
I say the Saints. Whoever doesn't get Derek Carr, that's who's tanking.
What?
What?
So the Saints, I've said it before. The Saints are gonna. I said they're the worst team.
No way, the Saints.
I've said the Saints. I think the Colts get a quarterback this year. The Texans get a quarterback this year. The Bears.
No,
No,
way.
no.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
You think the Bears are gonna get a quarterback?
No. So if they do, do
Well, how is that even a thing?
so if you trade out of the number 1 spot and get a defensive end, and you trade
You think
Fields.
the Bears are gonna get a quarterback?
if they trade Fields
Why would you
Why?
trade Fields?
to get more picks,
They're just saying that because
They're
they
just
have the
saying
first
that.
pick.
They're just saying that to entice anyone because everybody knows Texans are going to take a quarterback. Anyone who wants that number 1 quarterback, that's what they're doing. They're playing that game. There's no way that the Bears are taking a quarterback and moving on from this kid, who he looked lights out, by the way, for a stretch of games.
So listen,
Not throwing,
the worst,
running.
the worst
Well,
division,
they finally started using the offense the way
the
that
worst,
works best.
the
Lamar
worst,
style.
the worst division is AFC South.
I agree.
Trevor Lawrence is going to be there. The Colts need to get a quarterback.
Agreed.
The Texans are going to get a quarterback.
Colts probably take Stroud if he comes out.
And who's left? The Titans. Do you think
Titans need a quarterback.
so? Titans maybe.
Panthers
Titans
need a
are-
quarterback.
Titans don't have the
Titans
field.
tank?
No.
Titans
Hell no.
tank?
Their defense is too good to tank. Who?
I think the Panthers.
Panthers are going to get a quarterback
No.
this year.
The Panthers
At
don't
number
take a quarterback?
6? Are you kidding me? At number 6, you
No,
don't
I don't
take,
say they take a quarterback.
Because if they don't take a quarterback, then Stroud is available for the Raiders.
Stroud's gone at the Colts. Stroud's gone at the Colts.
What if he stays?
Then it's next year. Then you're taking for
Then
Caleb.
we're going to do another 3
So
hours
the
here
question
tonight.
the question is who's taking for Caleb? Who do you think?
I said the Saints.
The Saints.
Saints.
You think the Saints
I
tank?
do too. They're not tanking. They suck.
I agree.
They just are not good.
Yeah, I mean they were playing Andy Dalton for a reason.
I'm telling you. I've been saying it for weeks.
I don't see it.
I've been saying
I
it
don't
for
see the
weeks.
Saints. I see tanking for Caleb. The Rams.
Ooh.
Hey, that
The Rams.
That's a great freaking.
I like that
The
one.
Los Angeles
Oh,
Rams
wow.
will tank for Caleb Williams. Stafford has a spine injury, dude. There's no
He
way
shouldn't be playing football.
He's not coming back.
He's gonna be done.
That's why I don't understand why McVay's coming back. It makes no sense.
Because of people who talk shit about him saying, "Oh, one loss, you had 1 5-win season, and now you're leaving."
Yeah. Bye. Fucking
Rams-
NBC's gonna give me $10 million a year.
The Rams
Yeah,
are tanking.
The
for
stadium
Caleb Williams.
sucks.
Book it. The Rams.
You didn't put any signs on my stadium.
They get Baker for 1 year.
Of
He's
course.
gonna poop the bed.
Yeah, and then
they
they'll
get
play.
Caleb for free.
They'll find Trace McSorley to finish the season.
Listen, we're at 3 hours. Are we really gonna go into college basketball?
Odie
Just a
said
little bit.
Arizona,
Odie
All right.
likes. Oh, Arizona.
the Cardinals.
I think you paid Murray way too much money.
Yeah.
That was a horrible contract.
All right, who? Top 25.
Top 25 college basketball brought to you by Montemayor and Associates. Michael Brown.
Michael Brown.
I'm gonna need $50. You just sponsored this fucking segment.
All right.
Top 25. Houston number 1, Kansas number 2, Purdue number 3, Alabama number 4, Tennessee 5, UConn, UCLA, Gonzaga, Arizona, and Texas are the top 10.
Wait,
10.
hold on. Where's the University of North Carolina on this?
Oh
list?
no! That was a fluke last year, and they got it right.
They almost beat freaking.
No, they had an amazing run. They started the season number 1. They've been atrocious.
They've been bad.
They haven't covered.
And they
They've
have like
squeaked
6
out.
losses though.
They almost
Right.
beat Oaks Christian, I thought.
Yeah. Anybody in the top 10 jump out at you to win this thing?
I like Arizona.
I honestly, I'm not even gonna. UCLA maybe.
I'm gonna go with Mattress Mac, and ride Houston, baby.
Houston does look
They're
good.
very impressive again this season. They were impressive last season.
You said they were a cover machine.
They were a cover machine the first 6 games.
If you watched
covered.
the show,
all
you
the
would have made
scoop.
some money.
They scooped first 6 games, first half and the game. I haven't watched them lately, but I like Houston early in the season as an early winner. Purdue's also very good.
You know who I like?
Who do you like?
Motherfucking Tar Heels.
Oh, God. What a homer.
Right.
They were that bad. They were out of the top 25.
They were,
Listen,
were a homer.
They should have beat. They were beating someone really good
And then they weren't.
yesterday.
But they were.
And then they weren't.
And then Baycott rolled his ankle and they lost.
All right, so let's go over our NFL picks. We have Niners. We all agree on the Niners.
Yes.
We all agree on the Chargers? Are we all in agreement?
Yes.
Okay, Bills.
I like Dolphins to cover.
Okay,
but
Michael
Bills are
Brown
gonna
likes the
win.
Dolphins to cover. He thinks the Bills are going to win. I like the Bills to smash this game. Eddie, you like the Bills?
I
Yeah.
do like the Bills.
You like the Bills, Eddie? Both Eddies like the Bills. I like the Vikings. Michael Brown likes the Vikings. The 2 Eddies like the Giants.
I like the Giants.
Right? Okay. Ravens, Bengals. I like the under. Ravens, Bengals 9.5. We didn't pick. Who do you like?
I like the Ravens to cover just
9.5.
because of the under.
Okay.
And
Bengals
with
big.
Bengals big. Okay.
Bengals big.
Bengals big. Also, Steve Lopez said Bengals by 17.
Oh yeah.
I'll go with Eddie Money because I never go with Eddie Money. I like the Ravens to somehow cover pretend.
You don't have a bet in, do you?
No. Oh, I do. I have that stupid
That's
fucking
right.
teaser.
Ah,
I have that
shocking.
stupid teaser and the 6.5. That was stupid. I thought Lamar. I fucked myself. Bucks and Dallas. I like Tampa plus the 2.5.
So do I.
Michael
I
Brown.
like a money line.
Oh, money line. Okay.
I like Tampa.
We all are in agreement on Tampa.
Oh, real quick stat: if the underdogs, whenever they've covered, they won outright, and the favorites, whenever they covered, they won outright as well. Well, that makes
As
sense.
far as like last year, or
No, this is like for the past couple of years.
Wild
It was
card.
like a 88% hit rate.
So if they're even, so if the Ravens are even close at the end, they're winning the game. Is what you're saying?
I mean,
Is that what you're saying?
and that's not what I'm saying. I'm just throwing out a stat there.
just giving you.
So the stat you're giving me is if the Dolphins are losing by 10 with 2 minutes left, they're gonna fucking win this game.
I'm not saying they're gonna win the game.
I'm
just
saying
throwing
that.
some stats
I'm
right there.
saying that. I'm saying
Eddie says the Dolphins win outright this weekend.
get your Rolexes and your girlfriend's diamond ring. Dolphins are gonna do some crazy ass
By
shit.
the way, real
tomorrow.
quick before we leave, Luka leads the NBA in points, minutes played, and probably MVP right now.
Yes.
and
he's a beast.
owns LeBron as of yesterday.
Oh God, don't do that. We're not going to do that.
I love LeBron.
Sabonis and Halliburton, who were traded for each other, league leaders in rebounds and assists. Halliburton's a pretty good player over there in Indiana, by the way.
Does he get his All-Star?
He should.
Who's in the East for guard? I would put him in for sure. If you watch Indiana play, which probably nobody does,
No.
he's a very good player.
I don't watch him play, but I pay attention to his player prop lines.
He's a very, very, very good guard. Very good. And the
Luka.
Kings chose Fox over him, which might bite them in the butt at the end.
Yes.
So, Luka, so far, the early season MVP. I like Luka, and
The only thing I have to
hopefully
say
LeBron
about,
and the Lakers make the playoffs.
the
and
only
we
thing
can
I have
give
to
him
say
an
about NBA is I told you is that LeBron was at his. He gave a interview after the game, and he's like, "I'm sort of done with this shit." He's had it. Either you're gonna make a trade, and I'm tired of AD pretending like he's hurt. Oh, hurt, maybe one, but he's on the bench and he's arguing with referees and he's
He's
involved.
a fucking douche.
It's like,
Playing
dude,
the role.
like how can I would be so embarrassed not to be on the floor, and I'm looking at LeBron who's been doing it for 22 fucking years,
At a
and
very high level, my God.
and at the highest level, and if I'm LeBron, I'm just looking at him like,
It's 20 seasons for
dude,
LeBron, right?
your nalgas are so small. You have the smallest nalgas.
That's a Michael Brown
Yes.
dictionary.
Yes.
So,
So we will. So I will say this: we're going to talk way more college basketball and way more NBA. We are also thinking about giving a daily blue chip and having Rafa give a daily blue chip because when football's over, we're going to figure out how to give you guys 1 or 2 blue chips every day.
that
because
includes hockey, by the way.
hockey,
Hockey, soccer,
yes.
NBA, college basketball.
So that is something that we're working on. And listen, we're 3 hours in. I always say no one's watching, but there's my buddy, Uncle Zero, who says he watches every
We got
minute of the show.
10 people still in here.
Appreciate you guys staying on, watching us, interacting.
Give a shout out to those 10 people, Eddie.
Yeah, shout out to those 10 people. You've been active in
Name
chat today.
them, name them.
I can't see you with their 10, but I'm going to go off based on who's in here. Odie,
Odie,
Steve,
our number one. Steve Lopez.
maybe Insper, I don't know who that is. Steve Lopez, I think Sean Brown might be still in here.
Shawnee Brown.
Baby Odie was also in here time to time. He was the one
Baby
who said
Odie.
Debo was better than Adams.
He's a
Yes,
fan. He's a fan,
yes.
though. He's a fan.
yeah.
So appreciate you guys listening and commenting. And next week, we're not going to film on Friday. We're going to film earlier in the week.
We're going to figure it out.
We will
yes.
figure it out and post it tomorrow. We can hopefully figure it out. We'll let you know what day it's going to be.
Yeah, because Jacqueline,
My wife's birthday is next
my
Friday.
wife.
So we will not be on next week. We will not be on Friday. We'll be on earlier in the
earlier?
week.
So
We'll go through the recap and all the good stuff.
we win our, I always like to end the show on a final saying, what you learn, what you think. Michael Brown, give us some knowledge about real estate or something.
What did you learn here today, Michael Brown?
I learned that Rafa literally will never get off his takes on SC or Sean Payton.
100%.
That's
Yes.
what I learned. Big time.
100%.
Those are facts, by the way.
Yeah.
Today I learned that we got an East Coast fan. I hope you're still up. If you are, that's crazy dedication.
If you
It's
are-
midnight over there.
He's calling
Appreciate
the plug.
it.
Yeah.
I learned that Sean Payton is going to be a great fit for the Denver Broncos.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I learned? During our conversation, the owner of Julio's Pizza said, "We're so sorry we charged you for, they meant to cover our food for tonight." And I said, "No worries. We're big fans, and we will be there next week."
Yeah, shout out Julio's.
Shout out to Julio's. We will see you next week, and I have a great idea for our March Madness 5K giveaway. You guys have to subscribe and follow us on Instagram, and we will have a live show at Julio's, and we will give out $5,000. All you have to do is click a bunch of stupid buttons,
And everyone will be invited to that.
and everyone will be invited to that. And I hope we can make that happen. That will be epic.
That would be nice.
Epic,
Thank you,
epic
guys.
show.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you guys. Rafa.
I got a little bit still.